Hello and welcome to Vets Play D&D with me, your DM, Brandon. Tonight we have a very large party joining us. I'm very excited for this, and hopefully the majority of these folks will be with us for the remainder of the quarter. We may or may not lose one or two throughout along the way, but that is what it is. Directly below me, you see Milo playing the rogue Draven and Tree. How do we say that?
Draven and Trary.
And Trary. See, I did not. Hooked on Phonics didn't work for me. Just below him, we have our newcomer, Liv, playing Rogue, Endra Orethi. Orethi?
Arethi.
Rethi. All right. Over on the other side, you see a familiar face, Jordan, playing the monk, Regal. I'm not even going to try that one. Lay it on me, buddy.
Tetheala.
Tetheala. I'm just going to call him Regal.
All
right. Just below that, another familiar face, we have Jesse playing the cleric Aurora, kind of like Cher, only one name. And then down in the corner, we have Hunter playing the fighter Bulk Ripley. Not to be outdone, we have Victor playing the wizard Horshata. What's the Horshata's last name?
Horshata Skinny Bottom.
I just wanted to hear you say it.
Nah.
And then, of course, we have Alex Sapnarov. He is not with us tonight, but he'll be joining us in the future playing the warlock Urgrum. Now, currently, our players are sitting in a tavern in a land called Sudnal. Some of our previous viewers might be familiar with this land, usually a peaceful and calm land. Recently, there has been some upheaval. The Duke has been murdered in an uprising led by his wife, Duchess Eleonora. A brave party of adventurers put down Eleonora's rebellion, stopped her from completing some ancient rite, and saved the prince, who has now stepped up to take his throne. The party went on to never be heard from again. There were sightings at a place called Fort Levelly, where they supposedly were able to help stave off the invasion of the mountain men from Centralia. There are rumors of them in a forest, and it is said that they might have visited the very town that our adventurers are currently in, Terenga Port. Then they went off to places unknown and were never heard from again. This state of affairs has led to some unrest throughout Sudnal. Currently, there are whispers of strange occurrences and happenings around the land, strange energy fields, creatures that haven't been seen in this land ever. Wars and rumors of wars, increased bandit activity. The people are generally afraid. Trade from the Republic of Luft, Sudnal's greatest trade partner, has suddenly stopped. All of this is leading to a high tension and a lot of concern throughout the country. But don't worry about that. Right now, we have our adventurers, where you meet in a tavern. What do you guys do? You're sitting in a warm tavern. It's very busy, quite packed. A lot of drinking and gaming and laughing, wenching. There's a man sitting behind the bar, somewhat grumpy, slinging drinks down the bar.
Are we supposed to see anything?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm just going to be drinking like a fish.
Bulk is looking for the heaviest person or thing he can find.
You see several heavy things. Do you have a preference between organic or inorganic?
Weight is more important.
You happen to see a very hefty barmaid.
Okay, Bulk's gonna walk up to her and be, hey, I'll give you a gold piece if you let me lift you.
For you, honey? A gold piece? I'd do anything you want.
Just the lifting, ma'am. Just
all right. She swipes everything off a table and says, lay down, big guy. Start your lifting.
I was going more overhead, but okay. He's going to make a little presentation. Everyone, gather around for this feat of strength. Look at what the way of Bulk has for you. And
roll
he says,
performance.
Performance? But it's... Oh, wait. Yeah. Good point. You're the DM.
Nobody looks at you while you're lifting.
All right, well, he's going to lift even... He's going to start lifting as hard as he can. He's just, like, straight over his head.
All right. So, tell us what you look like lifting this woman.
Well, it looks like an 8-foot, 300-pound Goliath, just dialed in focus while he's trying to do military presses with a woman.
All right. For those of you who are tuning in, he looks a little something like this. All right. This 8-foot Goliath is lifting the heavy bar wench above his head repeatedly. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm kind of in the corner of the tavern, because I'm a bit big, so I kind of just went went into the door of the tavern and went off to the corner. So I didn't want to make a scene, and I'm kind of just drinking by myself, but observant of everything that's going on.
You're getting the occasional odd look, and the barkeep keeps checking to see if you're bringing in any dirt because he's not familiar with the kind of shoes you have.
They're called hoods.
What about the rest of you?
Like Horchata is kind of, just like sitting at the bar. Like he's looking around, kind of like scanning. Does the bar have like a mirror like in the back?
It does now.
Fantastic. He looks at the mirror and he pays no attention to Bulk, even though, like in his peripherals, he does see the man he's lifting, the lady. But Horchata's just kind of staring at the mirror, deep into his own eyes.
A little bit of a narcissist. I love it.
Endra's also sitting at the bar, people watching, eavesdropping on gossipers, and doodling on a napkin.
Fantastic. Are you doodling, do you have an inkwell or are you using blood? Or berry
Blood,
juice?
obviously.
Okay, of course. Very true. Love it.
Are there any games in this tavern?
There are. You see several tables with people playing dice and cards. You even see one table where an old man is trying to get people to play dragon chess with him.
You'll find our Entreri over by the cards and the dice. Maybe not participating, but watching. Maybe keeping an eye out for some pockets that need lightened.
What's Regal up to?
Regal's taking a drink.
Just one, though. And of course, Krung, yes, that's his name, is currently sitting in a corner reading a book, digging through scroll tomes and ignoring everyone around him. As you're all enjoying your time, you hear a commotion over the doors as the doors, old saloon-style doors, as they swing open. You see this wizened old man with hair growing out of his ears and the hair on top of his head sticking out in every direction, a broken monocle cracked but on his eye, wearing a purple cloak over his shoulders. He walks in. Well, I made it! Barkeep! An ale! He walks over and starts slamming an ale very, very quickly, calls for another, and starts nursing this one. Looks around. I'm not good at this, but is there anyone that could help a guy out?
Bulk's in the middle of he's switched to squatting, so he's in the middle, halfway down squat, and says, "Help with what, little one?"
You're really big. Big. Well, I don't know if you can handle this. You are pretty big, but they tried to kill me, and now they have my stuff. And my assistant's gone. Pretty much everything's going wrong.
What? So many questions. First, how's my form?
I'm sorry, you're what?
Is my head up? Is my back straight?
I guess.
Okay. Who's they? Who's your assistant? What's stolen? And who are you?
I don't know if we can talk here. It might not be safe.
Ah, you'll be safe.
He sidles up really close. Well, you see, my name is Professor Schwartz. Thank you, Jordan. That's just what I want to see.
Regal hears this from a second thing, and you just see his eye visibly begin to twitch. You're not sure why, but it's almost like he's having a flashback of some sorts from a previous life.
You see, I, I am a researcher at the university here, and I was on my way to research the tomb of Natuk when I was captured by bandits. Well, they said they were going to hand me over to someone, and they put me in the dark. I don't like the dark. They took my things, and then the nicest people came to rescue me. They weren't actually there for me, but they did rescue me. Oh, the things we saw, the enemies we fought. I made it out, but unfortunately, they did not. They left me with this tome, and he pulls a battered old tome out from his cloak. They told me, well, I can't tell you that, but I can't read it. I need my codex, which my assistant took into the catacombs, and he has not returned. Can you find him for me?
Were any of these were any of these bandits particularly large?
Not
Muscular?
particularly. A couple,
No.
but they're all dead now. Dead.
Oh.
Yes, dead.
I'll think on this.
Is there anybody who will help a poor old man? There's gold involved.
Endra, having heard the opportunity, not one to miss an opportunity for a job, walks up to wizened, frazzled gentleman and offers her services as a bounty hunter.
He looks at your horn, slightly intimidated. Where do you come from, lady? May I get your name? Yes, name. Name.
Endra, none of your business.
That fair enough. I meant no offense. Well, I don't know if it's a job just one can handle. Do you have allies?
Bulk is talking to the woman who's on his back, like, what do you think? Think this would be worth it?
He said there's gold involved. I'd do it, honey.
Good advice. I'm in. And he gently re-racks his weights. And
She lets out a little giggle. You can lift me anytime, babe. I get off at 9 bells.
keep that in mind.
And she goes back to wenching up the bar. Well, if it'll just be you, I guess we'll make do. Please follow me, and I can show you the way to the catacombs.
Horchata goes, wait. Hey, Hama, he said that you were trying to find the tube of what?
The tomb of Natuk.
Ah, yes. I wonder if I know what that is.
Where are you from? Are you a Sudnal native?
No.
Roll a history
But-
check.
Rolling history check.
You have no idea. You have a
Clearly
little
I was
brain
bluffing.
fog.
What the hell? Like Horchata says, I'm in.
Well, it's appreciated, young man. Thank you. And slowly starts walking toward the door, finishing off his ale and leaving it on the counter and dropping a silver piece next to it as he goes.
As they approach the door, about to exit, I'm in that corner. So I say, "Hey, you four, can you stop for a minute? Did you say something about gold?"
Oh dear! A horse that
adventure?
talks! Oh, this is exciting. I haven't met a centaur before. How do you pee?
That is not something I tell people that I just meet in a bar.
Can Regal hear that?
Yes, he's not very quiet. It's obvious
Okay.
that this man is very socially awkward and more interested in the mechanics of how things work than understanding how to work with people.
Regal snort laughs a little bit, choking into his mug.
I'm offended, but I let it go because I am in search of gold and money for possible reasons.
Guavin Shorts doesn't seem to realize that you're offended, but he says, "Well, yes, there is gold. If you can help me find my assistant and my codex."
I think that's something that I could do, at least assist with. Are you looking for an extra party member?
I don't know what a party member is. Do you understand what she's saying, tall man, or scary woman?
Yeah, you can come in on this.
I usually work
Cool.
alone, but it seems like I'm out of options.
We can switch out. It'll be good.
Yeah, I'll just lag behind. You won't even notice I'm here. If we get into any tussles or you need any healing, I'm your girl.
Oh, perfect. Old man, what do you know of anatomy?
Anatomy is one of my areas of expertise. I studied anatomy for 8 years at the college before moving on to historical artifacts and other historical things like.
I just cared
not
about the
artifact-
anatomy. But
Oh.
you can stop there.
Oh.
Okay. Well, what I require from you is a knowledge of anatomy. So we'll talk afterwards.
Delightful. I do love to extrapolate upon the
Never
the
stop.
Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry, man. That causes a very large orc who is sitting in the corner reading a text to look up. Did someone say anatomy? He walks over. Maybe 7.5 feet tall. Full orc, not a half orc. Very broad. Looks like he could rip the arms off a Wookiee. And instead he rolls up a... if Wookiees were a thing in this, which they're not. But, you can imagine something that might be called a Wookiee and is big and hairy, Anyway, rolling up a tome and putting it in the sleeve of his robe. Anatomy is something I once studied. Oh, until I began to study the other things in life. Currents, air. Did you say we're looking for a book? I love books.
Bulk says an orchestra. What's it to you, Toothface?
And he looks back at you and says, "Ha ha! A man of taste! It's not worth much to me except the opportunity to increase my intellect." Of course, in Orcish.
He says nerd and orcish if they have a word, and then he keeps walking.
I haven't heard that in a long time. Guavin Shorts, the more the merrier, I guess. Well, this is turning out to be quite the journey. Journey, yes. Well, I guess if you'll follow me, I can show you where the tomb is, or the catacombs are, and tell you a little bit about them. Yes. He walks out the door with his new party in tow.
No, I'm muted. Shit, I said it 6 times. Sorry. I want to sneak up behind Guavin Schwartz.
Of course you do, because what else would you do?
You're playing a
Well-
monk this time.
Monks are sneaky as hell.
Yeah, just so you know, I got a lovely racial trait that allows me to be a sneaky motherfucker even when it's not all that dark.
God damn it.
So, thank you very much. Fucking, I don't even know what it is.
Honestly, my
Master-
stealthiest character ever was a Way of the Shadow
Master of the
Monk,
Wild.
so,
Yeah. I just want to sneak up behind him though, because I want to spook him.
Okay. He's completely oblivious to your presence.
Yeah, he is.
And he's just chattering on about his research and the tomb of Natuk and how wonderful the college is.
And as Regal kind of just swallows himself right over behind him, he's going to slowly draw nearer and nearer to Guavin Schwartz, because Guavin Schwartz is quite small, right?
Yeah, he's maybe 5'7".
Okay, so Regal's just slowly leaning down, and as he gets towards right where his ear is, Regal's just gonna whisper, "And how do we get over there right now? Because I need..."
Ah!
And Regal does that as well.
Oh dear. Oh. That was scary. Scary, yes. I'm sorry. I've forgotten your question. Who are you?
Money.
Money. Yes, there's money. I have money. Not with me. Please don't rob me.
Regal just crosses his arms and says, "How much for whatever you need?"
Well, I would be willing to offer the. I have a bounty that I could pay. He starts tabulating. I have 600 gold I can spare for whoever can bring me my tome and my assistant.
It's not a lot of gold.
I'm an academic. I don't have much money.
Can the college not help you pay for this?
Maybe?
You should go ask.
Roll persuasion.
Oh God, it's not a good one. I don't have a face character this time around.
That's actually a good idea. That might be able to be absorbed in the incidental fees for my department. Yes. I could probably increase it to 1,000 gold.
Per person?
I could not swing 1,000 gold per person. No.
About 500 per person.
We're an institution of learning. We're not made of money. Money.
I know how your kingdom funding comes. Your research gets you the grants.
Who are you that is so learned in the ways of science?
Can't use motherfucking Monty Python quotes.
I can use whatever I want.
Small science man, how does this muscle work? And he's pointing at his back.
Oh, well, that's a great question. So, you see the insertion point of the
No.
deltoid muscle.
How does it get bigger?
How does it get bigger? Like, do you mean to ask how does it lift more weight?
Yes.
Oh, well, through a series of micro tearing of the actual muscle fibers.
No. What do I have to do?
Lift heavy things, eat lots of meat.
Already doing that. Okay, we'll talk more. I have
Terrific.
so many questions.
Oh God.
Well, it looks like there are plenty of you to help me. I will see if I can't get more, but I can guarantee at least 1,000 gold for you to split. Yes, gold.
It's gonna need to be more than that.
I will do what I can. Yes, can. Regardless, if you are willing to help, the catacombs are just outside of town, the pride of Terenga Port until they closed them. Yes.
The catacombs were the pride of the city?
Yes. It is everyone's greatest desire to be entombed within the catacombs. It's a great honor. They're
That's the
beautiful.
pride of the city. It's the graveyard.
Though that and the port, some people think that's great. And the college is pretty good too, but the catacombs, that's where it's at.
The dead, rotting bodies.
Oh, you've never seen
some
these catacombs. They're
All right, let's
beautiful.
go find your guy.
Well, you see, here's the one problem. They may or may not be temporarily off limits. But worry not, I have a key. And can
Off limits, like locked, just not allowed. What do you mean off limits?
well, how much have you heard about the occurrences around the country?
Where?
Around Sudnal, the strange occurrences.
I'm looking around and just like, does it seem if anyone is.
Draven
Catching
approaches
on.
the party from the door out. You thought you saw him over by the games. You may have seen him. He approaches the party from the door out and says, "Hold, party. Oh,
Again?
sorry. Hold, adventurers. My name is Draven. You'll need my help."
Oh, do you know this man? I would assume not, since he's introducing himself.
Nope.
Well, why would we need your help? Not that it's not appreciated.
I have no interest in your money. Grew up on the
That's a
streets here in this
relief.
very city. I know the region. I know the occurrences, and I can help the party.
Question: why is the catacombs everyone's favorite place?
Say again.
Why is the catacombs this town's jewel? It's weird. Doesn't make sense.
Why aren't they?
I will rescue you, friend. You see, it has long been a tradition to
I know how much
entomb
freedom I have.
Only the grandest and greatest citizens, so they can be protected on their way in the afterlife as they pass into the hands of Kelmur, the god of death. Only if you are entombed within the catacombs can that transition be assured to be peaceful. People for generations have fought and vied to make sure their loved ones are entombed there. I hear some people sneak their dead in there to hide them. It's
What was this god's name?
Kelmur,
Like K-I-L.
Kelemur, but it
Like kill more.
kind of.
Okay. Real just writes that down on a little piece of parchment and sticks it back into his pocket.
You see, the Terenga Port is very much divided in a caste system. There are the merchants, the warriors, and the lords. The lords are guided by Agma. Tyr protects the warriors, and Woken nourishes the merchants, and only by respecting each of them can you pass peacefully into the hands of death. Yes. So you see, it's very important for someone who has lived a worthy life to have a worthy afterlife in the catacombs. Yes. Catacombs.
Mhm.
Not something I care about. The street urchins and I survive off the others and have no hope of that future.
Well, I've heard more than once that street urchins have found ways to inter their dead there. Yes.
There are ways.
But enough of that. If you will follow me, I can point you in the right direction. Who will take the key to the catacombs?
You're gonna go talk
You're
to
going.
people first.
It will take time. Are you saying you won't trust an old man?
Well,
No, you're kind of a freak.
didn't your last group trust you and seemingly they're dead?
By no fault of my own.
Yet you're the only one here.
Here's the point is well seen. This away.
If anyone's going killed by bandits, it's you, old man.
Well, I'm sneaky. I ran away. I'm not afraid to admit that I'm a craven. I'm not proud of it, but I'm a
mentioned-
man of the mind, not of the bravery.
Okay, you mentioned earlier that we can't get in the catacombs for some reason.
He has the key.
Was there anything beyond that, or was it like a just the key?
Well, since you're asking, since the occurrences have begun, things have been odd within the catacombs. No one has been able to inter their dead there for a couple of months now. There are noises and smells, and some say that a creature or two have attacked them while they were trying to bury their dead. It's a terrifying thought. Let's not dwell on it.
Let's dwell.
Yeah, what kind of
Andra.
creature are we gonna be? Oh, sorry.
Andrew
What kind of
pipes
creature
up.
Are we gonna be attacking?
I have not been there myself. It's all hearsay, rumor, third party. You know, it's nothing important, I'm sure. As a man of
I think
science,
you
I
know
don't believe
more.
any of these things.
I think you know more than you're telling us.
Maliki, roll insight.
Can I help her with that roll since I agreed?
Sure. You can tell he seems to be being very earnest. He seems kind of clueless and to disregard anything that he doesn't have evidence of in front of his own eyes.
Have
You said
people
third
not
party.
come back up from the catacomb when they've gone down to bury?
No, people have come back and reported that things have been in the dark or something like that. It's all just rumors and things to scare people from being able to inter their dead.
So no one has not come back injured, loss of limb, bleeding, marred, nothing.
Not that I know of. I don't follow these things much, though. But out of an abundance of caution, The mayor has sealed the catacombs, but my assistant went in there.
Before they were sealed?
No, no,
Then how do you have the key?
I've made copies. I'm a coward, not an idiot.
You're a criminal.
I think you should come with us. You seem to
Uh,
know a lot about this catacomb.
I would rather not. I would rather stay at the college.
Oh, well, I'd rather not go in the catacombs without you.
Yeah, I'm also not gonna go
You
unless
do
join
understand
with
if
us.
if I die, you don't get paid, right?
How about you give us half the gold now, and then we'll let you go to the college.
I told
Otherwise,
you
you
I
need to
haven't
go.
any gold on me, but if you come to the college with me, I will give you the half. Not a problem.
Well, if we go to the college, why don't you just give us the full payment?
Have you not understood?
You can write
He's
something
not
down.
very
saying
smart,
that-
is he? I have
you can
said
write-
several times it will take me time to be able to convince the magistrates of the college to be able to
Oh.
part with money. Have you ever tried to get a research grant approved?
I'm just gonna say, Regal's hands start to have a nice little glow to them. That's similar to sunshine.
As I said, if you will come with me, I will be able to get you 1,000 gold, and I can barter for more while I'm there. But it will take time. And I will not give it to you until you come back with my assistant and the book.
You should come with us.
Roll are you trying to persuade or intimidate him?
Well, he's like a. You should come with us.
So are you trying to persuade?
Yeah, intimidate.
Okay, roll intimidation.
Sorry, there's not really much persuading about him.
He seems pretty cowed. If that's what it takes, I will do so.
All right.
As long as we can save my assistant.
Why did your assistant go down there again?
I sent them, of course.
For
Well,
what?
when I heard about these occurrences, man of science, I had to know if they were true. So, I sent Franken down there to investigate. Take
Hello.
samples. You know, the usual.
With
Well, you're
no
gonna-
security?
It's all bubkiss, hocus pocus. There was no need for some security. He was just going to go and debunk it.
Well, you're gonna see some signs firsthand, buddy, and he just pats him hard in the back.
Does the
That's
does
the
the
pat on back.
professor have any valuables, like visible valuables, on his body?
He's wearing a bandolier that looks like it has several tubes across the chest, probably for scrolls or quills, something like that. Again, he has that monocle that is broken. He's covered in dust, dirt, and mud. It looks like he actually just came in off the road, and the first place he went was to get a drink. Other than that, he does have a kind of a satchel, but it's torn on the bottom, and it looks like it's empty.
That's it.
That's
Okay.
about it.
Cool, thanks.
Is there like a barkeep that's like easily accessible currently?
Sure.
So before Regal leaves, he's just gonna go up to the barkeep and slide over 2 gold pieces and just ask, "Do you know this short man who stutters a lot? Is there anything we should know about him? Because we're gonna go do something for him."
Oh, Guabin Schwartz. That man's a harmless old coot, always rattling on about this artifact, that tomb, this body part. He can drink, but he's kind of boring if you ask me. He works up at that college doing research and teaching other people to want to do research. It's all a waste of time if you ask me.
Do you know anything about this catacombs thing that caused it to be sealed? He's saying it's no big deal. And
Oh,
it's-
well, I've heard a lot about the catacombs. Some people say they're haunted. Some people say worse. But no one that we know of has been hurt, so I think it's a little overkill that they locked up the catacombs, but between you and me, until these rumors die down, I wouldn't go in there.
Noted. Thank you. And he just fully slides over the 2 gold and walks out of the pub, waiting for Guabin Schwartz to take him to this mysterious land of catacombs.
All right. So as he starts leading you away, does anybody else have anything to say?
No. Bulk just introduced himself as like, hello, my name is Bulk. You will get to know me well.
So he starts leading you guys through town, pointing out various landmarks and chattering on amiably about the way the system has run, how long it took to build certain things, certain stones used in certain buildings. Very enamored by the actual craftsmanship of the mayor's house. Eventually comes to the main city gate and takes you outside, almost to the river, and you see a hill ahead of you, and carved in the hill is this beautiful, ornate obsidian door with gold inlay throughout, depicting different stages of birth, life, and death. Engraved over the top in gilded letters, you see Agma guide us, Tyr protect us, Joaquin nourish us as we pass into the hands of Kelmore. Across the door is a very large chain wrapped through the handles with a giant padlock on it. Well, this is where we go. Yes.
Wow, this is nice.
Oh, you think this is nice? You ain't seen nothing yet, my friend. He takes the key out and slides it in the padlock and opens it. He pulls down on the lock and it opens with an ominous crunch. As the chains fall to the ground, he starts pushing on the doors, and surprisingly, they seem to open very easily for how massive they are, and they slide silently open, and you find yourselves looking into a large, ornate hall, easily 60, 70 feet deep, with pillars running down either side. The floor is made of beautiful marble, with a well-kept carpet running down the center.
Are we inside yet?
Yes, can you guys not see?
No, I can't, but
can
I'm
see.
asking like in terms of like.
Yes, he opens
Okay.
it as you guys file in. You see, well, you guys don't have to be inside yet, but I want you to be able to see.
Yeah.
You see lining the walls urns on pedestals, and it looks like a little bit of meta. You know, like in all the cop shows when they go to the morgue, they have like the little door they pull open to slide the body out.
Yeah.
Looks kind of like that. Only these look like they have been cemented shut, but there are stone doors all along the shelf here. The shelf seems to run from floor to ceiling, the ceiling being 40 feet in the air, just stacked with doors that bodies can go into. Strangely, the pillars that you see in blue are glowing blue. They have different runes and sigils on them that are all glowing, whereas the other ones are not. To your left and to your right, you see very heavy stone doors, also of this beautiful black obsidian. And at the end of the hall, flanked by a pair of statues, you see another very large, beautiful obsidian stone door.
You couldn't find us a less obvious entrance?
There is no other entrance that I know of.
Let's get this over with then.
Before Regal enters this, he turns to Guavin Shorts and says, "So if you're gonna go back to the college, I'm assuming you're gonna lock the door behind us because it's supposed to be sealed."
That was not my intent. You would not be able to get out. I was
Okay.
going to wrap the chain and leave it hanging. No one comes to check.
Okay, as long as we're still able to get out.
If you feel comfortable, I will leave the padlock with you.
Yes.
He hands over the padlock.
Regal just sticks it in his backpack.
And so does this mean you'll let me go to the college?
No.
Oh dear.
Hunter has a question. Who is this?
Who's Hunter?
No, this is Hunter who has a question. Who is this?
That's Professor
Guavin
Guavin
Schwartz.
Schwartz.
Okay, just making sure.
Don't mind the picture. It's just it is what it is.
It's a stand-in. My wife was going to actually draw one for me, but she hasn't done it because she got pregnant, and I didn't think this character was going to be coming back for a while.
She got pregnant. You impregnated her. Don't try and pan off that.
I got her
My
knocked
goodness.
up, yo.
You're the cause of her misery.
I really am, and she reminds me daily.
Oh yeah, and Bulk
You
is
did this
definitely
to
eyeing.
me.
Bulk is eyeing those chains.
You gonna do some chains?
He's eyeing those for later. He's like, okay, there's chains here.
All right.
You're just gonna see him doing this. Yep.
I'm gonna back up into the doorway and block it with my horse body.
Horses
So-
aren't really good at backing up, though.
Yeah, they are.
Hey, the back
If
up.
they're trained right, they absolutely
You seem
are.
like the fancy Spanish horses that do all that dancing, right?
So
I mean,
Aurora
I'm like
is
a
a fancy
human.
horse.
So I can.
Oh, she's centaur, so I mean, she's only part horse. She can move.
Yeah, I
herself.
don't have the intelligence of a horse. Well, maybe. I rolled bad. Anyways, okay, so I'm gonna back up into the doorway to prevent the professor from leaving.
I think he's leaving. He's kind of a giant puss.
Yeah.
I
And I think I
don't
like
see anything. Just for the record, I don't have a token.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
You did. Where did it go? Okay, I must have somehow deleted it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah,
There's
wow.
8.
We're unless one of these people is supposed to be the orc.
Oh no, Draven is there.
Yeah, he's there.
Right here.
Yeah, there's 8 tokens.
And there's
How come
always
I can't
one.
see names on the tokens anymore?
I turned that off.
Oh, okay.
Just because
So
it was messing up with the actual enemies.
real quick, could you like do the click and hold? I mean, I obviously know who the centaur and the fucking muscular guy are, but I don't know which are the 4 of
Yeah,
the other
give me
ones.
just a second to reassign this token.
Well, I know which one is Draven now.
Great.
All right.
Draven.
There we go. I have to both
Hey.
assign the token to the character sheet and assign the character sheet to the token, and then do like assign both of those to the player. And I forgot one of those 6 steps.
You bastard.
Okay.
Are you a dungeon master?
So here you see Horchata Skinny Bottom.
That's me.
Chada equal perverted old pirate.
Looks like a pirate, yeah.
Okay.
Ugrum, the academic orc.
The nerd.
Nerd.
Hulk plus fangs.
Beast.
Yeah, I
Okay.
was gonna say beast.
Yeah.
No, Blanca from Street Fighter.
Oh yeah.
You've already seen Draven. Looks
Draven.
shifty.
Mysterious man.
This is the
Oh, you're a
Uh,
magic rogue, aren't you?
temporary stand-in for Endra. There will be a new picture next week.
Okay.
Of course, we have Aurora, which is kind of hard to miss.
Yo, look at that 6-pack though.
Yeah, all the ones I found were like scantily clad.
Sounds like female fantasy characters.
Hey, horses are naked in nature.
I'm an anime character. What's up? Ooh woo.
That's Regal.
Okay.
Oh dear, I broke everything.
Did you?
There we go.
Uh-oh.
I fixed it. We're good.
Can you just hold the
Alright.
professor again? for
And
our
then,
viewing
of
pleasure?
course, my favorite of all the character tokens. Thank you, Hunter. Volk Ripley.
I'm gonna send a link to our stream to Arnold Schwarzenegger and just pray to Christ he shows up.
Please note that the likenesses, or any character that appears to be like any other individual, real or fake, is purely coincidental. And then, of course, Professor Guavin Schwartz. He's got a very weak
Yeah.
chin.
Ooh, Brandon, did we do our oh shit? We're not responsible.
Oh
for
yeah,
thing?
the other thing that I need to say. The views reflected by any, or the views stated by an individual in this stream are solely the views of that individual and do not reflect the University of Washington or the VA. So if we say something stupid, please don't be pissed at the other organizations. Thanks. Yeah. All right, moving on.
Thank you. And sorry for sidewinding on that, folks.
Nope, I needed the reminder and I appreciate it. As you guys enter, as the doors close behind you, it feels like the temperature drops. It goes from being a warm spring day to chilly. Those of you who have normal skin, you get goosebumps. The hair on your arms and back of your neck kind of stands up. In the distance, you hear nothing. It's almost as if every sound that you make is immediately swallowed up by the vast, immense room around you. It's eerie. It feels almost as if you're in the land of the dead.
Bulk says, reminds me of home.
Regal wants to jump.
Just wants to jump.
Well, I'm going to use my ring of jumping, but I'm going to jump as high as I can. I want to see as much as possible from the highest vantage point.
Okay, you jump and you see the same, but from higher.
So there's no noticeable alterations in terms of the pillars.
Oh, the
or
pillars go floor to ceiling, and
Well,
you see
okay.
no change in them. They have the same scrolling runes running all the way up.
In that case, maybe I missed it. What's the difference between the blue ones and the non-blue ones?
The ones that are blue, the inlaid sigils and such are glowing, and the other ones they
Oh.
are not. They're glowing blue.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So Regal has what is it? Slow fall. So he just kind of gently comes back to the ground.
What's your jump height?
That's a good question. What is it supposed to be? Is it strength?
The rule is so complex and weird.
3 plus
All right.
strength modifier?
It's not.
It's like half your walking speed.
So for a
Plus-
standing high jump, it is 3 plus your strength modifier if you move at least 10 feet before the jump. If you don't, you can only jump half that distance. So it would be 3 plus your strength modifier divided by 2 plus your jump modifier from your ring.
Let's see. Jump modifier from my ring is tripled. So I'll get the 10-foot thing, do the jump, and that will be 6, 12, 8. So jump about 20 feet up or so. Just kind of taking a peek, and then slow fall down. See what I can see.
Bulk sees how high he's jumping. He immediately tries to jump higher than him.
You're going to try really hard to jump as high as him? What's your strength modifier?
+5.
Roll athletics.
Jesus Christ.
You don't jump as high as him, but you jump about a foot higher than you expected to. Obviously, all those box jumps are working out.
Yeah, he's happy with his results, but he's not happy that he's not as high as.
But your
the monk.
calves looked great while you were doing it.
Jesus.
When he lands, like, okay. So how's everyone fight here? What are we doing? I imagine we're gonna do some fighting. How's everyone do this?
Regal's just gonna slowly start walking. Again, his hands are a little glowy, but he's moving very slow, like kind of just between the carpet. He's not gonna really say anything. He's following Guab and Schwartz.
Guab and Schwartz starts just walking around this pillar. Curious.
And Regal just keeps on walking forward very slowly again. So that's mine for the next like 2 turn rounds of talking.
I fight from the shadows, preferably. You see Draven pull out a bunch of knives. Just knives. Bunches.
All right.
You can see him like strapped to his legs, ankles, wrists.
I think that might be our title
say
tonight.
He may have about 7 or 8 visible.
I'm sure even he doesn't know.
On my character sheet, but there's probably way more. You know, maybe one in his boot, maybe one in his wherever it might not be found.
All right. So you're a coward. Next.
Oh, I'm not muted. Okay. I call upon the power of Akadi, which is Queen of Air. So I use spells and manipulate the air to create fog. I can also do some stuff with thunder, lightning. It's kind of fun.
Keep going.
Also, incredibly good healer. So.
And very humble.
Did you earn these powers, or
yes,
they
of course.
given to you?
I earned it through devotion and fellowship to my
That
deity.
sounds like they were given to you. Just another step.
Yeah, it's hard work to to be a follower. It's a long story, but it may come in handy. I also have a spell right here, which might come in handy at the moment, unless y'all want to just keep moseying on forward, hoping that nothing comes out. I can detect evil and good, if y'all would like that.
Sure, pop it.
See what it does.
Yeah.
To learn these spells.
The evil in here.
Yeah, basically I'll be able to detect celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, and the undead within 30 feet. So I'm going to cast that, I guess.
Excuse me, Mistress Horsewoman thing.
Sorry, yes.
The weird, intelligent, or studious orc steps up in front of you. Miss Horse Lady person, yes. Did you say you follow the mistress of the air?
That would be correct.
Oh,
And she's a queen, also, not a mistress. So,
that's
know.
not what and anyway, well, maybe we could discuss sometime. I study airflow patterns, and it would be interesting to get your take on how this works. Yes,
yeah, I'd be more than happy to. With
delightful.
goals involved.
I don't think this is the best venue for that, but in the future, yes.
Will there be payment?
The knowledge is payment.
Fortunately, I work for money, so
Oh, this would not be
I'm
work, my
currently
lady.
saving up money right now, so I can't just give out my talents for free. But if you were able to scrounge up some gold, then we could talk.
I'll never understand you people. Just talks off.
Hey, disgrace to your kind. What's your deal?
Me?
Yes.
Please, I don't talk to apes. Not a disgrace. I'm the next phase of our kind. I'm tired of living in hovels. I'm tired of our people knowing nothing but brute force and war. We could very easily become integrated with this society or even build a better one. Medicine, music, art.
They kicked you out, didn't they?
No.
Rip.
They allowed me to leave the tribe to increase my academic pursuits.
At least I was kicked out for a good reason. Okay.
What about you,
So,
fat brain?
isn't that a compliment?
No, fat for brain.
I'm the world's strongest Goliath.
This is
Regal
suspect.
chuckles.
What about you, Jumpy?
You
What do you
obviously
do?
never met Frank.
He lives. He lives in infamy.
1 second. I accidentally exited out roll 20.
Oh, good job.
No. As
See, fat for
Regal
brains.
continues, as Regal continues moving forward, hearing the somewhat
Yes.
muscular but not particularly muscular individual say things,
He's fucking jacked.
as he's walking, he just kind of shoots one of his radiant sunbolts towards the pillar. Not
This
aiming
one
to
here?
hit anybody, but just kind of, just, whichever one. He just shoots it and he says, "I do things," and keeps walking forward.
It dissipates upon hitting. It kind of just, and no change is noted in the pillar.
Good, I want them to think I'm a pussy.
Bulk says pretty.
Just like your mom, and he keeps walking.
He said your mom. Indeed. Mom. Oh, I haven't ridden my mother in a while. I wonder how she is.
Skinny ass. What do you do?
It's a skinny bottom. And
Yes.
I also do things.
Well, yes, we all do things.
Why don't I show you?
Ooh.
You could just tell me.
And then Horchata is going to produce a flame.
Cool.
Yes, I had a tool that did that once. They took it.
Very cool. So magic, I'm assuming.
That's right.
What kind of magic?
The best kind.
Was it given to you?
I learned it.
Ah, I'm okay with you.
Can Regal try and do some insight to see if he can detect any sort of unnatural growth that Bulk Ripley may have?
Do a
Or that'd
nature
be
check.
perception.
Are
Nature.
you suggesting that Bulk does steroids?
I'm suggesting that he has a very large fascination with the fact that things are naturally given.
He looks unnaturally large, but you can't think of anything that stands out that would indicate supplement use.
Well,
His
Is he
looks-
unnaturally large for a Goliath?
No.
Okay.
He looks like the extreme end of mass for a Goliath, but it doesn't look too out of proportion.
Okay. Rigo's just gonna kind of step forward and lean up against this. What do you call it? Is that a stone statue? I can't tell.
This here?
Yeah,
It is.
I'm
It's
just
a
gonna.
stone carving of a man in armor, holding a shield in front of him.
Rigo's just gonna lean up against the shield and stare at the group as they get questioned by a large Goliath man.
Yes, this is
I'm that
strange.
horned one. What do you do?
Remember, you don't have to say anything you don't want to.
I don't have as many knives as Draven, but I tend not to carry more than I can wield at once. And I'm sure I'm just as fast.
Ooh.
Be
Okay.
a good time to just throw a fucking knife at you.
Well, thank you all for contributing. My name is Bulk. I am the largest Goliath you'll ever meet, and I'm the pinnacle of strength.
Pinnacle.
I don't rely on any flimsy magic or weapons, just my own two hands. And he's just saying this as he's walking. No one needs to be listening. He's just like,
Fat for brains, meat for hands.
I like you, Bulk.
I like you too, Magic Man.
Sweet.
Do we know? Have you said like where the professor is right now? Is that like a sealed door?
It
Like, are we just
is.
kind of
It
stuck in
is.
here?
Oh, yes, it is. This is strange. Usually, the doors are open. All of them, on the sides and in the front, but they don't seem to want to open.
Are there any shadows in this room? You said it was pretty well lit, I think.
It's actually fairly dimly lit. You can see there's a little bit of shadowing that I was finally able to put in behind each of the pillars, behind the vases as well, or urns. It is decently lit, but the edges are definitely coated in shadow.
I'm interested in melting into the shadow before that door opens.
Roll stealth.
While he's doing that, Regal is just gonna kind of push against that initial door and just see if anything happens. Whether there's give, take, completely nothing. He's just gonna kind of give it a shove.
Draven, those who know where you are obviously are still able to tell where you are, but you feel very comfortable that no one that doesn't know your location would find you. As for Regal, as you push on the door, it feels like you're pushing on a solid stone wall, like you're trying to knock over a cliff.
How do you open this, little man?
Well, that's a great question. I have never seen them closed, but someone's shooting a spell, it looks like.
Yeah, disregard that.
Just
I
kidding.
didn't know it actually rolled dice.
That didn't happen, but usually these pillars are all glowing. I don't know what has turned them off.
Can I shoot a spell?
Pardon?
Oh, I'm asking you, like Brandon. So, like, when we're like doing this, can we just like do our actions, or do we have to wait for that moment to
No,
happen?
you're totally fine. There's no turns right now. You're not in combat. So if you have an idea, pipe up.
Okay, I want to detect his thoughts. I want to use my spell.
Go for it.
What he's thinking.
While he's analyzing that, Regal wants to kind of take a. Oh Jesus Christ! Regal wants to take a look at the two stone soldiers to see if there's anything that looks like I guess you would call it an not natural like crack, essentially like some sort of pulley or lever mechanism.
Sure, go ahead and roll investigation whilst we work on Horchata's mind reading. So
Did
he's
you see
using
that happen? Okay, was that mine?
detect thoughts. That was yours, yes.
Okay.
So I have to do, I believe, a wisdom or intel save. Let's see. Filtration. So on the surface, you can tell he's very curious and Very scared, but trying to hide it. He's very conscious about the tremble in his left hand and trying to keep his hand from trembling. Um, Mostly it's just curiosity. He seems completely befuddled by the fact that some of the pillars aren't activated and very frustrated that he doesn't know more about this. He feels honestly insulted that no one told him how this works.
Bulk
Rip.
walks up to the door and just asks if you tried pulling.
Of
No.
course I pulled. Regal,
Nice.
it looks like a very well-crafted statue from beautiful, almost like a quartz of some sort. It is so well crafted and well rasped that as you run your hands along it, it almost feels as if it were steel. It's so smooth, and you find not a single junction, not a bump. It is immaculate.
As Regal turns around, is he able to perceive who looks like they might be the best like detective of the group, who would see the smallest inconsistencies?
Does anybody feel like they look like a good detective or very
Who has a high
insightful,
investigation?
investigative?
I'm assuming
Wolf's
it's
the-
one of the rogues.
Bulk's gonna pull on the door.
Go for it.
Bulk pulls on the door and nothing happens.
Hmm.
I told you I pulled on it, you meathead.
Well, of course you pulled on it. Wouldn't do anything.
So Regal's gonna walk up to the one that doesn't look like they throw spells, and talk to oh god, brain. Talk to Endra and ask her. Let's see if we can see what's happening between these two pillars. And he points to the ones that are adjacent to each other, one with the sigils active, one with not, and see if we can find what we need to do here. Because assumingly these should all be lit.
Let me know, are names popping up for people?
Yes.
Now they are,
Okay.
yeah.
Yes, yeah.
I'll just do that.
As
Help
long
you
as
guys
we're
out.
not close to each other. So yeah, that's what Regal's gonna propose to Endra.
Indra's not particularly confident in her investigation skills, but she agrees anyway.
Fake it till you make it. So with that, Regal's going to start attempting to investigate the differences between the two pillars, seeing if there's anything that stands out, and note it to Endra and vice versa if Endra is culpable to co-investigating.
Bulk's gonna attempt to lift this soldier.
It was actually crafted from the very stone of the ground, and it is therefore a piece of the floor itself.
It's dark. He does not see that.
Yeah, that's what you're discovering. All right, so I have an investigation roll from Regal. What are you up to, Liv? I'm sorry, you're not Liv. You're Endra.
Endra approaches the glowing pillar that's adjacent and attempts to climb it to see what she can see closer, near to the roof, the ceiling.
Okay, go ahead and give me an athletics check. Regal.
Regal's going to
is it-
mimic.
Oh, I thought you were investigating.
I'm looking at it, but I'm going to mimic whatever she's doing in order to see if we're matching in terms of what is the difference, because if she's 20 feet up, what I'm looking at face level isn't going to be the same.
Right. So, Regal, give me an athletics check.
I did, evidently I rolled
Oh,
a
that was
20.
you. Okay, great. You just start scampering up. No problem. It's almost as if you can fly. Endra, you're having some difficulty, and your hand slips, and you fall on your ass.
I have a climbing kit. I don't know if that makes a difference.
Yes,
have
we'll add
one.
your proficiency to it. That'll be just enough that you were able to struggle your way to the top. It's like the struggle bus hit you and backed up a couple of times, but you still made it.
You move
Right.
on to
Can I check the professor's pockets while we're doing this? Or
Sure
maybe
can. Roll
his,
sleight of hand.
satchel?
he's pickpocketing the professor. Are
Yes, no
Andrew and
sneaking.
I able to see anything?
You guys are still climbing. I'm gonna let other people do some stuff.
Bulk was just trying one last massive
Holy fuck, plus
rip
10?
at the door.
Give me an athletics check.
I think Milo can steal from anybody.
The door doesn't budge.
Hmm.
It's more stubborn
He
than
says,
you.
"Well, I've tried everything and nothing's working. Any other ideas?"
You tried pushing and pulling.
Yes.
He also tried
Hard.
lifting it.
Draven, you find that the bag is in fact empty, and you're confused of why he might even be carrying it.
Noted. I note this. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Magic Man, what do you think?
I could just blast it.
I like it.
Very well.
I see a partnership made in hell right here.
A roaring flame, why not?
I'm gonna back up.
What spell are you using, and what pillar are you targeting?
The pillar that was closest to Bulk, right? That was the one that
Oh, I was trying on the door. I was
Okay,
just trying
cool.
to get the door open.
What
I thought-
spell are you using on it?
the door. I am using Agnazar's Sorcerer.
I'm not familiar with that spell.
Torture? Torture.
What was
Could you please
could you
click
buzz it so it pops
yes,
up so I can see what spell
sorry.
you're using?
Scorcher. Wait, I can buzz it?
So
If you click it.
if you click it should have a display in VTT thing, and you click that, it should just fucking dump it in there. Same exact thing that you did
Yes.
for Detect Thoughts.
Display.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Scorcher, got it.
Whoa.
Okay.
Whoa.
Ugh.
Hold on,
Is that-
you're using a second level spell right now?
Yeah, because we're level 5.
You know
No,
that
it's
burns
more-
up a
it's more
second level
so-
spell slot, right?
Wait, say again?
You know that'll
You know what
burn one
spell
of your
slot
second
is?
level spell slots, right? So
Oh,
the way
so-
spell slots work is you have a limited number of spell slots for each level. A first level spell can use a first, second, third, or fourth level spell slot. A second level spell has to have a second level or higher spell slot, etc., etc. Right? And so it's like putting the right size battery in. For a first level spell, you need a AAA or bigger. For a second level spell, you need a AA or bigger. Well, you only have a certain number of batteries. And so for your second level, I think you have 3 second level spell slots.
Okay.
I just got to intervene real
so-
quick. I thought Milo walked back in with a fucking wand initially, and I just saw him like, like some Voldemort shit, and it just turns out it was a cat thing, and I nearly fucking lost my soul.
Harry
Thought I saw that.
Potter.
Yeah, Kona's getting bored. Oh.
So, Victor, I would encourage spell slot management. I would also encourage you not to cast this spell at a stone pillar at second level.
Very well,
You do
thank
you, but that's just my advice.
No,
What
no,
would-
I mean, it's my first time
What would-
trying to use spells.
What would Dubs do?
Spell slots are precious.
I feel like Dubs would fucking light it up.
What cantrips do you have? Because cantrips don't require spell slots. You can use ad nauseum.
The only cantrip that I have is Produce Flame.
You only have one
Sounds-
cantrip?
You should have more than that.
That
Hold
sounds wrong.
everything. Yeah, we're gonna check this
Yeah.
out because you're a
You
wizard.
usually have,
You
like,
should have a
6 of
shiz ton
those.
of them.
Well, that's figured out.
Okay,
Do
gotcha.
Andrew and I see anything?
Oh well, if he's shooting the pillar that one of you is climbing with fire,
No, he was
we're gonna
hitting the
see what's
door, I
happening.
think.
Oh no, he's at the pillar.
Oh, I thought he was trying to hit the door. I was trying to lift the door.
All right, let's manage some spells. Yeah, so you should have 4 cantrips. So head into your spell management,
Okay.
and the same way you added spells before, click Add Spells.
Yes.
But filter by and click 0. Those are your cantrips. You can select 4 of those.
Divide 0.
Yeah.
And I think your flame one was just like a trait that you get automatically. So I think you get like actually like 4 new ones.
Yeah, he
Okay.
gets. That's just a
Yeah.
base one that you have.
So if you're looking at it, Victor, it'll say cantrips. It should say 0/4.
Okay.
And you should see like acid splash, blade ward, booming blade, chill touch. All of those are literally
I can code that.
bullshit automatic blast people in the fucking face stuff. All of the cantrips. So you get 4 of those.
Okay.
You
All
might
right.
want to read a few of them though.
Yeah. So we'll let him burn through those.
I
And
could try to
treat
take a
this
mace to
over.
the door, but I
Alright.
think Bulk, you're doing pretty well. I think if you just keep trying, you'll get it.
Can you
Wanna
keep
see
trying?
here,
I'll keep
supervisor?
trying.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I think it moved when you pulled it. I think I saw the
You
door
saw it
move.
move? I thought I saw it move too.
Yeah. you
Well,
just keep
that's
doing
all
that. I'll
going
be over
on.
here.
Okay.
For the 2 that are climbing, you get to the top. Do perception checks for me real quick. See what you
Yes,
see from
sir.
up there.
Are we doing like a dual perception or just
Just
oh,
each of
fuck.
you roll one.
Wow.
Wow.
So you see several people down below you scurrying around trying to knock open doors and stuff. You see the tops of the statues that look just like you see from here. Again, really well crafted. The carpet looks immaculate. You're kind of surprised for being a public space. And you see some urns.
Let's keep looking, Regal shouts back.
Bolt's giving it another go. He's really focusing in on this one.
Regal's gonna keep on looking.
The door still does not budge.
Andrew does a cool backflip to get off the pillar.
Oh, give me a. I'll just give it to you.
Acrobatics?
No, I'm just gonna give it to her. She's not trying to do anything but flare, so she'd end up on the ground either way. All right, you do a very cool backflip. People are moderately impressed.
Like
Maybe.
to cast detect magic on the furthest pillars from the party. The
Okay.
closest one is the opposite door.
Okay.
In that direction. What happened? Oh, I told you that I did it.
Yes,
That's
you
what happened.
totally did it. And you in fact cast detect magic.
What?
I know, it's crazy, right? That was a weird noise I wasn't expecting. And you do indeed detect that there is magic woven throughout the pillar. It comes across to you feeling a lot like enchantment of some sort.
But it's not glowing.
The pillar that you just smacked with a spell is not glowing.
So I have a mechanic question here. With the 22 perception on the non-glowing pillar that's closest to the door, would Regal be able to remember all the things that he's seen there and essentially do like a jump over to the other one and similarly perceive it and see if there's any known differences that he can?
Sure, we'll say with that you were able to spend a little bit of time kind of mostly memorizing what you saw. And as you jump over, you see that it is an identical pillar, except the sigils on the one you're looking at now are glowing.
And there's literally zero differentiation between the two things,
Well,
other than the glowing.
see, a perception check wouldn't be an investigation. That's going to be different. Because if you were actually trying to find details on the pillar, it'd be an investigation check. Perception is more kind of detecting if something's moving around you, if there's a sound or a smell, something like that.
Oh.
You don't tell a difference.
All right, well, fucking Regal's gonna mimic Endra and he's gonna backflip the fuck off and just kind of land, and he looks noticeably confused because he can't perceive any form of difference between these two pillars.
Oh, you were up top still?
Well, I mean, I literally jumped across.
Yeah,
that's
you
why I did
definitely
my
detect
athletics.
no difference at all then.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Not that I'm
So-
saying that there's a difference anywhere, but if there were, it definitely would not be at the top.
Regal's gonna get real close to the floor and start looking. So
While he's crawling around on the floor, what are the rest of you doing?
Andrea is going to approach this like urn to the far left and start digging around in it. She's sticking her hand in there.
Sure, roll
looking for
investigation.
just straight in, not even an eyeball in. Just,
Nope, just
I've seen this movie. I know how it ends. Oh man, your investigation is bad.
as you reach in there, it's hard to miss. You feel a little bit of a stone or something. Regal, as you're looking around, you don't see anything at floor level, but you do notice right about, I'd say, 3.5 to 3 feet from the ground, there looks to be a little shelf on the pillar with
Is
a
there
little
anything on
depression
the
in
shelf?
it. Which one are you looking at?
The top left one.
There is. As you look at it, you see a small blue crystal.
When Regal he's gonna turn around and look at the one he just jumped from. Can he see that indentation and crystal there?
You do.
as
Now
well?
that you know, now that you're looking for it, you do see it, and you just jumped from this one, correct?
Yes.
It is lacking a crystal.
Okay. Regal's going to announce that to the group, assuming that he feels like he's found the plethora of information that they need. There's a blue crystal here. But there's no blue crystal on the other one. We need blue crystals.
Endra is going to attempt to grab that rock that she found.
You pull out a
in the
blue
urn.
crystal.
Like this is a raccoon trap. It's like you can't get it out if your
Ah.
hands. And
My
Regal,
investigation's bad. My sleight of hand's pretty good.
with my passive perception of 17, does Regal see the blue crystal come out as Endra pulls it?
Are you trying to be sneaky with it at all, Endra? Or are you just pulling it out with a flourish?
I yank it out and I lift it above my head. I'm thrilled to have found it.
You definitely
And-
notice.
Regal aggressively points towards it. Like that!
Oh, okay. And then before he does, he's gonna give one last try at the door.
Oh, I thought you were going to start.
Go ahead and
fucking
roll
playing
give me
Wii.
another athletics check.
I thought for sure those fucking urns were history.
Yeah, no, I thought this was about to be Zelda, and he was like, well, there's fucking rupees in here.
Yeah!
God!
I'm glad you guys got my Zelda reference here. Thank you.
Yep.
Liv, I throw lots of weird pop culture references into these campaigns. I don't know if you've picked up on it yet. So,
I think she's got it.
anyway,
This
Bolt,
is 19.
that door is it is more stubborn than you are.
Does it budge at least
Not
a little
even
bit?
in the slightest. Like,
Well,
you're-
Bolt curses, walks
you're
near
not
his
even
urn.
convinced it's a door anymore. Like, you're starting to tell yourself that it's just a solid piece of rock there to trick people into feeling bad about themselves.
He's tried lifting solid pieces of rock before, so he knows what that feels like.
Does he fatigue at all? Like, is he eventually going to throw out like his fucking lumbar spine?
There's a chance. He smashes.
He's got good form. You just smash it.
He hits it. He punches the pot.
So as Endra pulls that and walks towards the other pillar, Regal is going to point very intentionally towards the tiny shelf and say, "Put it there," and just wait to see what happens because he's not sure if she's going to blow up or not. She doesn't know
Endra-
that, obviously.
Endra's gonna go ahead and put the crystal there. She suspects that there's some danger, but she goes for it anyway.
So brave.
Indiana Jones style.
As you do, it starts glowing. Oh, you're doing that one.
I'm sorry, Hunter.
Wrong one.
Have you changed the capitalization of your name multiple times in order to get more caps going? Because I've
Just one.
seen like 14. No, it's been more than that. You
What do you
fuck.
mean? No, I've only changed. I put my name as caps once, and
I swear to
haven't
God,
been-
it was bulk in caps and then Ripley normally.
Oh no!
I could be high. I don't know.
I
Could
went
be.
from no caps to all caps. So
I'm proud of you.
yeah, Bolt
Sorry.
punches this urn. Does he
The
find a
urn drew
crystal?
with- as you smash it, you find nothing inside, and now there are just bits of urn laying on the ground. You really hope
Little man.
that no one had anything important they wanted in that urn.
Wait, how
Just
is that
throw-
acrobatics?
That was. Oh wait, I rolled the wrong one. I was supposed to roll athletics.
I was
for-
thinking like you did like a front flip and like
Oh.
combat
Yeah.
punched it.
Whoops!
Like, "Yow!"
I rolled the wrong one. It would have been a plus.
12 or some shit.
No, it would have been a +8. It was a +4, so it
Spoiler
would have been
alert,
a
door wouldn't have moved.
20. Door would have been
So,
a 22.
I'm
instead.
assuming we
Anyways,
saw the pillar go alight.
Yes. While that was happening, what were the rest of you guys doing? Because I haven't heard from
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Horchata in a while, or Draven, or Aurora.
Can I smash this pot in front of me? I moved over
Sure.
to the one in front of me.
You-
Okay.
You don't want to reach in, you're just going to smash it? You can. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. You do you, friend.
I don't have to like lean down, but like easily I can
It's
just
a
get the
horse.
hoof and like
Yeah, it's like a whole thing.
yeah.
You
So
s-
string, it works best just
Oh,
to
you don't even
smash
have
it
to roll
with the
strength.
hoof.
It's pretty
Okay, I'm a
fragile.
horse.
You smash it, and inside you see a little blue crystal.
Perfect. Then I'm gonna reach down with my human body and pick it up.
Hulk screams yes, or Bulk screams yes, horsewoman.
So, are you able to bend all the way down and touch your hooves, or are you only
She's
able
very
to have, like-
flexible.
Oh, the
Thank you.
Yeah, I
core.
feel
for
like
asking.
She did the bend and reach every morning, just like the rest of us. Okay.
I was just checking. I don't know how centaur anatomy works.
I feel like it's like a horse bow. Like you kind of
So you
lower
have to
the
like
rear end
you have to
and
go
then
backwards and then like dip.
yes, that's why I prefer smashing things with my hooves. But
Okay.
Draven's interested in accelerating this search, so he wants to attempt to throw daggers at all three of these if possible, or at least two of them. But if he can get all
Okay.
three of them in a row with a single dagger, or maybe throw 3 daggers to
I hope
clean
you
them all out,
fucking accidentally
that's-
stab Guavin Schwartz.
So
Is
give
that
me-
just
behind
a
a pillar.
flex?
So it is.
Yes.
It is very much. Best way to do it would be to try to aim at this one and give me a ranged attack, and we'll see if you're able to hit all three or not.
Okay.
While he's rolling that, Brandon, have you recorded titles?
Yeah, so far I fight from the shadows, preferably. I do things, and
Oh,
fat
shit.
for brains.
Okay, you got him, and goddamn.
You successfully throw a dagger through all three, and the dagger sticks into the fine marble wall behind the urn.
Regal
'Cause
is noticeably.
You guys hear.
Did
Bulk is
any crystals pop out?
Oh, sorry, that was the wrong color. Like this. As a matter of fact, yes, the one closest to you had a crystal.
I'm just gonna leave that and start walking towards my dagger. I'm not even gonna say anything. They'll find it. It's my assumption.
Regal's gonna grab the crystal and put it in this second pillar where Guavin Schwartz is.
Endra's gonna say weird flex, but okay. Whip out her hammer and smash the urn she's closest to.
I like what this has become.
Can we add weird flex but okay to
Yes,
the titles?
that is going to happen as soon as I paste this dot.
I'll write it down as well.
I'm gonna put. I don't think I put my crystal on a thing yet.
You have
I'm gonna put
not.
it on this one.
And Liv, just so you know, what we're doing is we have to name our episodes, obviously. So if you hear something funny that it's always something someone said. So if you hear something funny that someone says, feel free to say, hey, that should be titled, or just write it down or whatever.
Even if it's completely inappropriate.
Some of our best ones have been highly inappropriate. So
it's okay.
That's why we have to have our disclaimer. Anyway.
For all of our viewers.
Ooh. Can I do one thing? I want to do one thing.
Well, hold on one second. Milo, what were you saying?
Oh, I was just saying that it was clickbait for all of our viewers.
Oh, there you go.
So
I believe Aurora was putting a
crystal
in. Nothing happens. I'm kidding.
So
something happened.
There's only
the
two
pillar lights
pots
up.
left, right? Because Endra busted this one.
Yes, and there was nothing inside.
Okay, so with my loveliness that is Radiant Sunbolt, I'm going to use that, and I'm also going to use my, whatchamacallit, I guess it's not technically an unarmed strike, but I can do 2 attacks, right? Normally.
Can you?
I'm pretty sure I can.
5th level monk, yes. Let me double check, but I'm pretty sure you can.
Yeah, I feel like it was somewhere, and now I can't see it, and I'm kind of confused.
Yeah, like Porchetta like pulls up right next to like Regal and says, "Let me use my gust."
Everyone's just trying to flex
I do.
now.
I have extra attack. You can attack twice instead of once whenever you take the attack.
You're not taking the attack action. It's not an enemy.
I am.
Okay.
I'm gonna use my Radiant Sunbolt. Ooh. This might end badly.
Which one were you trying to Radiantly Sunbolt?
Well, I'm trying to. I guess I should do it twice. Oh wow, that's just crazy. So Regal just trying to puts both hands out, and he's trying to sunbolt both of the urns that are on either side of him. Trying to look cool since everyone else is flexing hardcore.
So you do in fact shatter the one to the left, and it's fairly accurate. You kind of hit the top a little bit, but the whole thing shatters. But on the right side, you hit Aurora, and you end up dealing her. You singe her tail and deal her 1 damage.
I'm sorry. He looks like Michael Scott, and he's just like.
And there was no blue crystal in the one you broke.
Regal's gonna combat roll and just fucking stab it with his arm. The other one to make up for his deficiencies in life.
Roll performance.
Oh, okay. Sorry, wrong one. No, that's not.
I just want to see if you look like an idiot. I mean, you're gonna be successful either way. I just want to see how dumb you look.
Yeah, it's probably gonna look dumb. 11.
It looked like you were trying to make up for looking like an idiot.
Instead of rolling to the side of my shoulder, I just like do a full like front somersault like a toddler, and just like sort of ram it, kind of like him slapping it sideways like an X cross. I think I look okay, but on the inside, I know that I didn't look cool.
Hey, Redderbit is back. Hello, Redderbit.
Hello, Redderbit. Do I find a crystal?
You do find a crystal, a small blue crystal.
I'm going to then do a fun gymnastics backflip thingamabob over to this thing, and I'm going to put the crystal in there. And yes, I will roll acrobatics for that.
It was very graceful.
And I end with this after I plop the crystal in. Just, aha!
As you put the last crystal in, you see the sigils start to light up in a spiral formation. You hear this loud click, and a whir. And behind you, you hear a loud. My sound effects aren't great. Deal with it. As the doors behind you swing into the and swing open to reveal the next room.
I don't think there's really any noise going on in Sirenscape. Right
There
now.
is. It's really quiet. It's supposed to be.
Bulk just yells, "Finally!" And now he's moving forward.
Can't hear anything.
The room that you see
I have
beyond.
a rules question.
I have a rules answer.
I technically did a ranged attack. Did I leave stealth?
No.
So, if there were enemies around, yes, but I'm not going to count it against you because all these people already knew you were there, and I'm assuming you're just going to melt right back into the shadows.
Sweet.
So typically,
Okay.
yes, but not this time.
Okay.
All
And I'm
right.
gonna sweep my dagger. I never said that. Just want to make that clear.
As
It's a good tug.
as you guys look into the next room, it is bright. Like, this room is just filled with light, and it's not that it's got a lot of light. It's only got a few torches, but the room is so white that the light is just reflecting everywhere. It's almost blinding when that door opens, right? Lined along it, you see two raised daises, kind of dais, more just a raised platform on either side, maybe one step up, so maybe a foot and a half at most. And along it are these beautiful ornate stone sarcophagi that are inlaid with, it looks like mother of pearl laid throughout the tops of them.
Guys, it's bright in here.
Oh, it's much louder. I feel like I'm in fucking Zora's domain in Zelda. Regal's gonna fucking sprint across here, just like getting right between Bulk and Endra, just being like, he's oddly curious, unusual for his current demeanor that he's had thus far.
Guavin Schwartz kind of weasels his way in. Ah, the Hall of Dukes, the most sacred location in the Catacombs. Yes.
Oh wait, did either of the I was back down here towards the bottom. Did either of the doors on the side, because I believe you said there were side doors, did any of those open?
They
before
did
I
not.
sprinted? Okay. In that case, Regal didn't take any notice, obviously, and still sprinted.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of mosey in, but I'm being cautious.
Holy shit, there's a stealth fucking ninja icon?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have never seen you use that before, Brandon.
I don't usually need to, because we just remember who's stealth.
I can do it myself, so sorry.
There's a lot of different little things.
Yes, there
I
are.
know, I've
just
never
gonna,
seen that one specifically.
Rub his belly and just like roll on in there with a laugh.
Are you going to literally roll, please?
Yes. Yeah, like a little like
Is that an acrobatics
Sonic-
or athletic check?
Sonic the Hedgehog. Rolling? That's acrobatics.
acrobatics. All
You don't
right.
actually have...
I think he has to now.
How was that roll?
So you try to roll, but instead you just kind of flop onto your side and you lay there panting, because it's a little paunchy, I guess.
Can I describe this one, Brandon? I have the perfect analogy.
Let's hear it.
Oh god. As Horchata begins to attempt the roll, he brings his hands down to the ground, attempting to essentially do the worm, but as he gets there, he just plops down and instantaneously his stomach is essentially pushed forward, gasping for air, and it turns into more of a fetal coil as he just slowly turns into the room, gasping and seemingly embarrassed, but at the same time, he thinks he did a good dance move.
I grant you
Oh.
inspiration for your beautiful description, sir.
Thank you. Also, his bottom, not very skinny right now.
Saw that Hoshada.
Exactly. All the cinnamon.
Way too much.
Thank you for entertaining me.
We appreciate it. Bulk, why did you add a strength icon to yourself? Are you doing something that is currently enhancing your strength?
Just
When is
that
it?
should just always be there.
Does it make you happy?
I'll move it.
If it makes you happy, you can have it.
I'll save it for special occasions.
Okay. When you get really ripped.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is we have a professor here, and if we don't make steroids happen, I'm a little disappointed.
And you also have a socially awkward academic orc who might be able to help with steroids too, who isn't really doing much right now.
Maybe Bulk doesn't want steroids.
There you go.
Anyways, all right,
I
let's
didn't ask
find.
if it was an option.
Guabin Shorts is staying very close to the largest person in the room. While
I wanna
looking
ask
around
Guavin
with awe.
Shorts if there's people in these coffins, and how old are they if they are? If there are people in there.
Yes, the dukes of Terenga are laid here. Before Sudnal was a united nation. Yes, it was a collective of 4 individual nations that all.
How heavy you think these lids are?
No one has opened the duke's sarcophagi in nigh a century, if not longer.
Hey, Bulk, I bet you 10 gold you can't lift this one off.
Oh, you're on.
Will y'all
Eh.
let the professor speak?
Well, Regal
He's
points to the bottom
listening
right
to
now. He just wants to see what happens here.
So are you trying to lift it?
Yeah, I'm listening too, Professor. Just just wondering.
Your
Yes.
professor, you can go on.
Regal wants to
Thank you.
analyze this
Thank you.
form.
Well, you see, 100 years ago, during the Great Troubles, the old king united the kingdoms to Sudnal. But before that, the dukes of Terenga were laid to rest here. Many generations, each tomb here is for a different duke. Bulk, you try to lift, and you try to lift, and dang it, it's like it's cemented on.
Shit. These things are heavy.
Regal, what were you doing?
I want to see, like, as Bulk is lifting, I want to see what his form is, and essentially trying to perceive if he's just like, is this pure strength, like he's just bicepping it, or is he like ass to grass, pulling from the base of his form and literally lifting with the entirety of his parasympathetic nervous system?
Bulk, how's your form?
Form is damn good. It's just heavy.
His form is on.
Okay, after that story that the professor said, I am going to cast Detect Evil and Good. 'cause I don't
Just
trust
waiting for the
people in
perfect
this
time to use
coffin.
that, huh?
Hell yeah.
Indeed.
I'm sorry, but does
It's a little
Bulk lift this
foreshadowing
fucking
before.
thing first?
No,
I
I
told
don't
you
lift it. It was too heavy.
Oh.
Might have been heavy, might have been attached. You can't really tell.
Regal is visibly disappointed.
So is Bulk. Bulk hands you 10 gold.
Oh shit! All right, word.
All right, and it's a 30-foot radius, correct?
Yeah. 35. Oh, wait, ahead of me? Wait, okay, can I move to the middle?
Move
So
wherever
then
you would
it-
like.
Okay.
Is it from where you are, or is it where from you dictate?
It's from self, I believe.
Okay. I can't remember. I think I used it once, so that's why I'm not familiar.
Yeah, it's self 30 feet.
Yeah, so if I move in the middle, it should encompass all the coffins, correct?
Probably.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I'm just trying to see everything else that it could reach.
Evil Dukes.
And that is 1 spell slot. Right? I just block it off?
Yep.
Yeah, you click it and
Okay. Exciting.
Yeah, like from experience, it just like does it for you, right? So if you like, you just see.
It's more so Brandon will dictate whether or not there's a good or evil thing to be
Yeah,
detected.
you do detect evil.
Oh.
Oh.
Is that all?
Oh, sorry. I obviously
Um,
have no reaction to that. Sorry.
Oh,
You
everyone?
Yeah, you get the feeling.
I
So
detect evil.
when you've casted this spell in the past, you get a different feeling for each of the things. What do you feel when you detect celestials? I don't want to
That's a very good
dictate your
question.
sensations to you.
Celestials would just be like higher power, higher beings.
Yeah.
Magical beings.
More like
Ooh,
deities.
I feel warm.
Okay, great. What about when you've run into a fae, like fairies?
I feel tingling.
Okay, how do you feel when you detected evil?
Oh, I feel cold.
You feel
Got it.
frigid.
Okay.
but you also know where that is.
She does. You get the general sense all around you.
Oh.
Goodness.
Well, I'm going to can't think of the word,
Honestly,
but I'm assuming it's probably coming from the coffin.
you don't feel it in any particular coffin. You feel it just radiating all around you.
Oh, okay. But if it were coming from a particular coffin, I would feel it in that area.
You do feel it's kind of condensing in a coffin and then moving, and like you feel it like radiating, like hitting a certain coffin and getting more strong, and then ebbing and moving to another and getting strong and ebbing and moving to another and getting strong and then ebbing. But you do feel it just generally everywhere. But you do feel each coffin individually kind of pulsing randomly with some sensation.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I'm gonna tell the group. I
What do you
cast a
tell us?
spell, detect evil and good, and I'm detecting strong evil within this room.
Everywhere?
Everywhere. It gets kind of strong around the coffins, then I kind of lose it a little bit, and then it moves to another coffin. So I'm going to determine that it's coming from the coffins. Very bad evil. I feel very cold right now, and that's usually what I feel when there's evil upon us. So make of that what you will.
Sorry.
But I would probably not keep lifting the coffin. Ooh.
Ooh,
Sirens
that was
here.
perfect
Ooh, that's a
timing.
nice
Very ominous.
transition.
So, just to make sure that Regal is understanding, every single coffin is pulsating some form of evil aura that Aurora has picked up on.
Well, Aurora, tell them what you feel.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's
I
exactly.
can't. Yeah, you wouldn't hear it from me.
Okay, Regal wants to put both hands down into the coffin that's in front of him and just blast it with the radiating sunblast.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
that's what we shouldn't do.
too bad. It's
This
what's
one here.
It starts now.
happening. Ooh,
Into her.
Oh,
yeah.
Bull, so is it more evil now?
Left hand and right hand, the one directly in front of me. Yes.
I don't know. Do I still feel it? Oh,
Yeah, for 10 minutes, I think.
Can you feel it, Mr. Krabs?
oh, yeah, good.
Let's see, a 10 and an 18. The first one barely just blanks or just kind of hits the surface and just gets
Mind
through
you,
it. But
my
the
hands
second
are
one,
literally crushing onto the coffin.
track-a-lackin'. The first one, it seems to dissipate. The 18 definitely hits, and it punches a hole through. And inside, you see the rotting form of a humanoid who is dressed in some sort of. You can't quite tell. It's mostly rotted away, but it looks like it might have been a flowing cape or something.
So
Andrew
Regal's-
remarks that is a fire fit.
Right.
Andrew remarks that that's a fire fit that the corpse is wearing.
Oh.
That's all.
Regal has no idea what that means, so he just turns over to Aurora and says, "Do you feel more evil?"
And I look at the DM and say, "Do I feel more evil?"
You feel nothing has changed,
Okay.
except now there's splintered stone chips kind of on the floor.
Well, whenever it's my turn again, Regal's gonna blast down again.
Okay, what is everyone else doing while Regal's trying to blast away at this sacred sarcophagus?
Bulk's moving on, saying, "That's coming out of your cut there, buddy." All right, evil everywhere. Let's go find it.
Can I go peep in that coffin that now has an opening?
Sure.
I want to wait until I blast it again.
I'm
How big is the opening that I created? Like a baseball or like a football?
I'd go softball.
Is it like this big?
No, Milo, you get your four fingers off camera.
I'm thinking a fast pitch softball. You know, the big yellow ones. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could totally fit in there.
So
That
not
big?
a wiffle, slightly bigger. Okay.
All right. So Milo, or not Milo? My bad.
Regal is obviously not gonna blast this if fucking Draven is nearby, but he is intending to blast the coffin again.
Draven, are you checking it out?
I sure am. I'm pretty fast. I think I'll be all right.
All right. Roll investigation. Are you looking or grabbing?
The fuck would he be grabbing?
I'm feeling. I heard something about fabric. I want to like get in there and see if that's some magic shit that I can top. I'm not even kidding. I'm trying to take that.
Okay.
Look what you've done.
So roll
Indra.
investigation for me.
Boy.
You throw your hand in there and you start feeling around. You feel some old bone, little chips of stone, not quite. You feel something that might be really like desiccated flesh. You're not quite certain. But then you run your hand over something slightly fuzzy, and you grab it and pull it out, and it's a little chunk of what might have been cape, but it's rotted away. The fabric itself starts to fall apart in your hands, and the fur that was on the that was lining the cape is matted with you don't even want to know what, partially rotted away, and there's one little portion about the size of a rabbit's foot that's still furry, but it has this stench that just it would gag a maggot.
Could you describe the stench other than gagging a maggot?
So this one time in Afghanistan, right?
Is it the poo pond?
Well, it's gonna be a combination of the poo pond and a mascal at the same time.
I know what
You know that
smells
smell? Yeah, that smell.
I know
That
that
exact smell. It's
Okay.
pretty putrid, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to use sleight of hand to place this on.
Oh God! Don't
On-
put it on me.
Yeah, no, that's the whole plan. Actually, I'm just trying to find your name. Damn it.
Regal.
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 Why does it say Regas?
Oh, guys, guess
because-
what?
Can't see.
We have the opportunity to become famous. K Heavy Metal
Hey.
224 is offering us a way to
Oh,
buy
God
followers
damn
and
it.
become famous.
Woo!
Son
That
of a
sounds like a
bitch.
steal.
Thanks, K. No.
Oh no! I accidentally banned him.
Oh,
Shucks.
no.
Come on,
Okay,
we
can I
like
sleight
being
of hand this
stupid,
thing
not
onto
famous.
Regal?
Go ahead and roll sleight of hand. Regal, do a perception check. Or actually, just what's your passive perception? I guess. it would be.
17.
Your passive is
also,
17.
I rolled a 20. Oh god damn. Yeah, 17 passive, 20 active.
Well, either way, he's able to slip. Where are you sliding it? Draven.
What is he wearing? What can I see? What is he wearing?
Regal is wearing just kind of a. So it's sort of like a fitted top. It goes down to like about midway of his torso. It's white. He's wearing relatively, it looks like leather, not necessarily leather, but maybe like leather with a poly mixture trousers. But there's not anything other than his backpack that is then attached. It's just kind of a white shirt that he has on top.
Are you wearing shoes or boots?
I have just very atypical shoes, nothing that's special to write home about. It's just some black, whatever you would have in this era, type of like clobbered shoes.
I have no idea where I'm gonna put this thing. Maybe.
I think you scored high enough. You can put it wherever you want.
I think
Anything that's not an orifice, you'd be fine.
All right, let's go for back of the waistband on the appropriate side because of my orientation. We're gonna go for the near side, so probably his right back.
And this is literally the stench thing.
That's what it is.
So, albeit Regal obviously doesn't notice this, is he able to smell it?
You will soon smell it.
Okay,
It's gonna
thank
take
you.
a second. Guavin Shorts is completely aghast. What are you doing? These tombs are glorious artifacts to be studied, not destroyed, preserved.
As he says that, Regal does his second blast now that
Appropriate.
Draven's no longer in the way.
All right, roll again.
It's thinking. 26 and 12.
All right, same results as before. The 12 doesn't seem to do much for that 26. Are you going over the hole or next to the hole or what?
If you can imagine, I'm sort of just like blasting my hands down at the base, whatever is the most consistent material that I'm essentially attempting to blast away.
Okay.
So if my hand falls upon the hole, I guess whatever happens, happens type of deal.
You landed pretty close to the hole and you blew another hole in about the same size. And you have a hole about the size of a football. Guavin Shorts lets out a little squeal. No, stop! Oh.
Regal pays no mind.
What are the rest of you doing while he's desecrating a sacred artifact?
Like Horchata's kind of going over to the professor and going, "Look, did you not hear what like Ward just said? Like, there's some darkness in this room."
Sure, darkness, fine, but nothing is happening. These are artifacts to be preserved and studied, and you're ruining academics.
Like Horchata kind of just like laughs. You wanted us to help you.
This is how is this helping? This is. Oh, they're gonna kick me out of the college. Oh, I have nowhere else to go. Mother won't take me back.
How old is Schwartz by the perception
Uh,
that Regal has?
Sounds like.
mid 40s.
Mm-hmm.
What is the average lifespan within Sudnal currently?
It's been pretty prosperous. We're gonna say about 65. It's
Regal is
actually
noticeably,
really prosperous.
well, not noticeably. Regal thinks, how is this man's mother still alive? As he's blasting this tomb. It's just something that comes up in his head.
If he gets kicked out of the college, do we not get paid? Because then he can't do grants.
I'm gonna take that money out of that ass.
The money that he
Metagame.
doesn't have with him.
Someone's gonna
Yeah, I
pay.
don't know if we should keep doing this. Obviously, nothing's attacking us. I feel evil, but maybe it's just maybe they were evil in the times that they were alive, and they took it with them while they died.
Regal is literally gonna put his hands into the football hole and then blast.
Down, out, forward, backward, up.
You tell me, it's a football hole. I'm assuming it's going downward into the.
Yeah,
top
but are
of
you
the
putting your
coffin.
hand in like this, or are you putting your hand in
So,
like this?
I'm
that?
going to go in, and I'm gonna lift my hands, kind of not so much straight up, but more of a pointed direction. So I'm attempting to point towards the wall, and I'm going to just fucking blast it.
Great. Roll again. While he's doing that, I haven't heard from a couple of you in a while. Like, Endra, what are you up to?
Endra doesn't want anything to do with this and thinks it's a really bad idea. So she's going to go to the other end of this chamber and see what's going on there. Why aren't we moving forward?
Good choice.
Bulk is kind of, yeah, this is nothing.
Both
Good
of
work.
your bolts seem to blast straight through, and you blow a line in the lid of the coffin, about 8 inches wide, running from
Does
where
it
you
go
put
all
your
the way
hands in to
through?
about here.
So
And,
the
the
rest
whole
of the
lid.
coffin is fractured.
Yes, you can see clear into it. It's about an 8-inch wide gap that runs almost the entire length of the sarcophagus. There's maybe 3 inches at the top that it didn't break. So you can clearly see exactly what I described before, but now you can see its ugly skull grinning up at you with missing teeth. And he has one patch of hair kind of still mummified and attached.
Is there anything within the sarcophagus that stands out other than atypical burial items? Like, does he have a sword? Does he have a shield? Is it just him in a cape?
It is just him and his tattered cape.
There is no other items that are noticeably
Roll
visible.
investigation.
And an awful smell.
Well,
Yes.
the smell is now on me, not in there anymore.
Well, it came from the
Oh.
That's all you find.
coffin. So.
So there's no smell within the coffin since it's now on the right side of my being, correct? A little metagame there.
I'm sorry, one more time?
There's no smell inside the coffin since the stankiness has been put on my person.
The smell is now dissipating through the entire room because the coffin's been open enough.
Okay, I'm gonna continue investigating, and then I'm gonna. Oh wow, god damn, those are some fucking terrible rolls. I'm gonna keep looking while
Alright.
everyone else does whatever the fuck they're doing.
So while he's looking, he's going to take some time to investigate. You going to spend 5?
I'm gonna spend as much time until I see something that's a thing.
Okay.
Fucking A. Wow.
Bulk's gonna yell back, "Good job, bud! You found a rotting corpse in a mausoleum."
Corpse mausoleum. I see what you did there. Yes.
Yeah, Rio's just gonna keep on looking while they do whatever they're doing.
Draven's following the party.
Yeah, the Perchatha's following the party too, kind of just like slowly going.
Yes. As you guys enter the next room, it's something a little different. It's still bright. It's still bright-ish, decently lit. Up above you at the ceilings. The ceilings are about 60 feet high, vaulted ceilings, and they have braziers hanging from them, lighting the entire room. But sitting these large blocks are cut pieces of marble that rise from floor almost to ceiling, and they are stacked with shelves, each shelf being about 12 to 18 inches tall, and on each shelf rests a body. And they just are stacked from floor to ceiling, just bodies on both sides, here and here, here on the insides, all the way around, just stacked with bodies. Lining the room, these beautiful walls are covered with tapestries you see here different tapestries. It looks like there are tapestries to the different deities that are referenced here. You see over here tapestries honoring the god Agma here and here. Over where Endra just was, as a tapestry to the god Tyr, the god of justice and of warriors. And on the far side, here and over here, you see tapestries to Joaquin.
Like Horchata turns to the and who are these like lovely individuals?
This is the tomb of the lesser nobles, the barons and archbarons, and other notable figures from history. These catacombs are still used by the city nobility, mostly in honorary title, but fresh bodies are placed here after preparation nonetheless. Yes.
Horchata just like nods, smiles.
Where should we go?
I do not know.
You
It
prefer-
smells
you prefer-
Fascinating. These bodies are so well preserved. The techniques are immaculate. And he's taking notes on the bodies.
Guys, I think this is his first time in here.
Well, he's just useless, isn't he?
I don't get out of the college much. My research is quite intensive. Yes.
I'm gonna head down a hallway looking at the tapestries to try to find my deity, Akadi.
You don't see anything referencing any deity but the three I've mentioned.
Do I see any doors?
You don't see any doors, just the door you came in through, the stacks with the bodies, and the tapestries.
He's going to yell, little man, is this likely a dead end?
No, dead end. I see what you did there. You're very funny for your bulk.
Fuck.
And he goes back to studying.
Draven is just stalking the professor. He clearly doesn't trust him yet.
Did I find anything in this lovely tomb yet?
Just what I've already described.
So there's literally nothing additional, even with a relatively decent roll.
Correct.
Regal is going to blast the ever-living shit out of the coffin and walk away. Sorry, sarcophagus. Oh, well, that's not what I wanted to happen. Sorry about that. So 14 and 12. He's just gonna do that as he walks away. I don't really care what happens, to be honest. And he's gonna walk up to the group.
The 14 hits it and blasts another hole in it. The 12 just skips over the top and snuffs the torch.
As I move, do I notice the smell not dissipating?
Yes.
Am I able to see where the smell is coming from?
Roll perception.
Watch my perception be worse than my passive perception. 24.
It definitely smells like it's following you.
I'm gonna investigate my own body.
You know your body well enough that you're able to discern that there is a piece of fuzzy fabric sticking out of your waistband. You don't need to roll.
Okay, Real's just gonna throw it back into the area with all of his might, and I mean, there's nothing else he can really do. If the smell has been bled into his clothing, he'll have to deal with it. But at least this fuzzy thing is gone.
It feels like it's clinging to you, like you'll never be clean again, almost as if you are coated in something filthy. It's a delightful feeling. You know, after you do like an 8-hour mass cowl, that feeling that you'll never get the blood off feels just like that, only it's smell.
Regal noticeably would kind of grasp his hands a little bit and seemingly just can't. He kind of shakes it off, but it doesn't do anything. He looks visibly disturbed throughout this.
Draven, did you put the stinky symbol on yourself? Are you stinky now too?
Oh no, I was just testing it. I was
Okay.
kind of hoping you could put that on him, but
There we go.
He technically did touch the stink. Would he not also be stinky?
Your hands would probably stink a little bit.
Okay, well,
Not to
Regal
the
is
same-
stinky currently.
Not to the same level. I haven't heard from Endra in a while. What are you up to?
Endra's gonna approach the nearest body and try to loot it. See what they got.
Roll investigation.
Respect.
While she's doing that, Bulk, what do you got?
Bulk's going to corner the professor and to say, where is it likely that your guy is?
Oh yes! I totally forgot. Oh, this is so exciting. Well, he's somewhere here, I would assume. Yes. I don't see him now. Let's continue to look
Professor?
for him. Yes.
You don't give me a place to go. Next 5 minutes, I'm leaving.
Well, if we don't see him here, it's likely that he managed access to one of the side chambers, either the Hall of Warriors or the Hall of Merchants. Maybe we should access those regions.
Let's go.
The doors were locked when we left the room, though.
Let's go.
It seems unwise, but you're the big man. I follow you.
Did Endra find anything on this body? I accidentally double-clicked it. Sorry.
That's okay. We'll say you spent a few minutes doing it. You found 25 copper.
Endra takes that. He's dead. He doesn't need it.
These banners are interesting. Start studying the banners and tapestries.
Professor, is your guy here or not?
So Draven
no.
has been stalking the professor, as previously mentioned. And he notices him take interest in the drapes or draperies and goes to check them out.
Yes. You just hear him muttering to himself. Yes, that matches. Yes, that's similar. Oh, interesting. Yes. Yes. Oh, okay. It's very interesting. Did you notice that these symbols match the symbols over the doors to the other rooms? Yes.
Oh god, my camera's so high. Regal's gonna stealthily wipe his hands upon the back of Urgrim.
Go ahead and roll sleight of hand. Urgrim, what's your... Oh, yeah, that's me.
Got him.
What is his passive perception? Sometimes I forget that we have him. I'm very sorry that I have not been doing him justice.
It's okay. He talked some shit earlier, so I mean.
That's true. Not very well. He's extremely socially inept, apparently.
His passive is 11.
Is 11. So no, he does not notice as you gently rub your hands across his back.
And Regal just has like a look as he's doing it, just really trying to get that smell off of his hands.
Yes.
Just kind of.
Did you?
Oh, sorry.
Did you notice these symbols are the same for Agma, the god of leadership? Yes, and over here, the god Tyr, who the warriors pray to. Very interesting. The craftsmanship of these is exceedingly fine. I must find the weaver. Yes.
Professor, explain what's going on here.
Oh,
What do you see?
symbols of the gods. Yes, it's just interesting to me. The theme of this catacomb. It's all tied together. It looks like the warriors pray to Tyr, but can't be buried here. It rhymed. Yes, rhyme. And he seems
Well-
lost in his own research again.
Bulk's gonna look at Horchaz. Like, any thoughts?
John's gonna respond. Seems like he's, like I think maybe if he knows the language, or like, do these symbols have some kind of language that he can repeat in front of these doors to possibly open them?
So it's not symbols like language, it's like large symbols. Like, for instance, on the ones for Tyr, you see this symbol. Oh, nope, no cancel. Which is the symbol of the god of Tyr.
Okay.
The god Tyr. And so it's large symbols like that, and he's just very fascinated.
Interesting. Well, that was my idea, Bulk.
Indra's going to
Professor-
attempt to look behind the tapestry she's standing in front of, or lift it.
Which one are you standing in front of? Got it.
I don't know. The one I'm.
No,
Lost
it's totally
track.
fine. I can see you. Behind that one, it appears to be just smooth stone.
We should look behind all of them.
Both will lift this one.
What's that?
Both will lift the one the professor's in front of.
Behind it, you see what looks like smooth, immaculate stone, but there is one small thing that you see. It's a depression about the size of your thumb.
Professor, push that.
Oh, this is fascinating. As he runs his finger along it, you see it light up, and there is a sigil in the shape of Tyr, the symbol of Tyr, around it that begins to glow in red. Whoa, this is... starts scribbling down notes. Oh, fascinating. Yes.
Well, let's check the rest of them.
It's a good idea.
I'm just observing them do all this while I walk around.
How did Draven
but-
get into... Never mind. All right, carry on.
Don't worry about it.
Draven, have you been able to see the whole map? No, you just moved to that wall? Okay.
I think your walls aren't as wally as you think they are.
Wally.
Wow.
All right. Endra, it looks like you're going to try to look behind that tapestry.
The big one, yeah.
You find nothing behind it but smooth stone.
Endra kicks the stone wall in frustration.
Endra takes 1 stubbing toe damage. Kidding, I don't think you kicked it hard enough for that, did you? How frustrated
boots
were
on.
you?
No, just like a little bit.
Bulk's gonna lift this one.
All right, it looks like Horchata and Draven were going to lift theirs, right?
Yes.
You both find smooth stone.
Okay.
Bulk, you find another one of those little indentations.
He pushes it. He's like, got it.
Same thing happens, and you hear a click, and a whirring sound, and a grind from back in the direction that you came from.
I heard a sound from back in the direction we came from.
Fantastic.
Oh, everyone hears it. It is loud.
Let's go check what happened.
All right, and as a reminder, when you guys are moving, try to make sure you're not moving too far ahead of the group. That way other people can have time to do their stuff as well. So,
Victor followed me on Instagram.
wow.
Now
I
we're
know.
best friends.
I know I've made it in life right now. I just wanted to share that.
What are we waiting for? This is so exciting.
Let's go,
I
Professor.
haven't been this excited since my first grant was approved. Yes. Yes.
Regal will follow the giant group of folks that are doing things.
And this room now smells like death.
Raven
It
is
just
proceeding more
reeks.
cautiously through the smelly room, kind of like holding back.
And right then, you hear it. It's a small moaning, followed by a shuffling.
Sorry, could you emphasize the noise that we heard?
Professor, are you muttering again?
Followed by a shuffling noise from...
Can you do the shuffle?
Shut up, guy. All right. And as you're hearing these, the doors behind you and in front of you slam shut. And the lids on several sarcophagi begin to pop off.
What happens to the one that's already been blasted to shit?
Nothing.
Okay.
It's not all of them that are opening up, but several of them from around the room begin to.
Regal is still noticeably pleased that his sarcophagi has not opened.
I'm
More
glad
than
to
he
hear
did.
that. And you see creatures clawing their ways out of several. Oh my goodness. That's the other thing I guess I forgot to do is put tokens in this room. My bad. Clawing out from sarcophagi around the room. Well dressed. Immaculately rotting. It's beautiful.
Immaculately.
Immaculately rotting. It's very impressive. And as they're clawing their way out with their very regal garb, you see two other creatures starting to climb their way out. These ones coated in armor, gold armor it looks like,
Could you highlight that token for us?
planning on it.
Thank you, Dad. Ooh. Looking like a
Kinky.
Chrono Trigger character. Okay.
And with that, everybody roll for initiative.
Oh, you motherfuckers about to be impressed.
The first thing that Bulk immediately thinks is why they can lift it and he can't.
It's kind of depressing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I rolled a 10.
I am
How
thinking,
come it gave me a 17?
while all this is happening, is I told y'all that there was evil in this room. And that's all.
We
Do you say that
investigated evil.
aloud?
I do, yes.
Okay. Regal says, I tried to get rid of it.
And I take note of his effort.
Thank you.
For some reason, mine's not showing me the chat, so I can't see your guys' initiative. So I have to reload real quick. So give me just
No.
1 second.
I can also list it out to you. Oh
Did you
God,
use
yours
turn
is
tracker?
so bad.
Because I got a
Aurora.
warning or an alert that said my
Hey,
result was not sent to the turn tracker.
Endra and Horchata, can you both roll again?
Yay.
Regal, Draven, Endra, Horchata.
I need the actual numbers though, not the order,
It'd be
because I have to roll for my guys too, right?
Yeah, I'll give it to you on Slack. Okay, or do you want on Slack or Zoom?
No, I can see them now. I just had, like I said, I just needed
Okay.
a moment to reload everything.
Word. And then Horchata and
Alright.
Endra re-rolled for their 12s.
Fantastic.
Endra winning.
Aurora, that's a strong showing right there.
Oh. Is it just a cleric thing? Because I know KD was always super, last.
Well, cleric and bad dice.
Well,
So-
yeah,
Yeah, I
you,
have
it doesn't
plus
look like you
0.
have any dexterity in terms of your, because why would a cleric need it? So dexterity is generally what applies to initiative, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That
so
is the
if
modifier.
you're a non-dex class, then sorry.
It's okay.
Rogues are usually
actually-
the highest with like
Yeah. It works out because everyone can attack and get attacked, and then I can heal on my end.
Yeah. Are you drinking water again?
Mhm.
I'm so disappointed in both you and Milo.
I had wine yesterday, so I have to be hydrated today.
Ogrim was 4.
As Liv just takes a fucking
I'm
all
pretty
you
sure all of
motherfuckers.
I've got a water bottle.
I mean, I have one too, but I'm also like not a bitch. So fuck all of you.
This
I just
episode
have
brought to you
alcohol.
by water.
Hydrate.
This episode brought
Drink
to you
water.
by
Neil.
local rum. Oop, wrong way. I know it's because Milo already drank all the rum that I sent him. That shit was delicious,
There's
wasn't
a
it?
smidge left. I'm saving it for, special
Alright.
purposes.
I'll get you some, Victor. Don't worry.
I'm still waiting.
I'm gonna bring it to you.
Cancel friend request.
Sir.
Like all the photos
Right
that.
on.
Oh, that's new.
Yeah, so I built
Ooh.
the encounters into D&D Beyond instead of my tablet this time, and apparently
Sure.
when I enter your initiatives into D&D Beyond, it turns on the turn tracker.
That's cool.
1, awesome. 2, wow, Urgrim, you fucked up.
How'd Urgrim mess up?
You got a 4.
Not-
Motherfucker got,
like
he
the-
rolled a 3 + 1. Like,
yeah, well, you
damn.
know what? It is what it is.
All I'm saying is look
We're
at
all-
that regal motherfucker up top.
Look at Aurora. I'm just saying she's just as bad.
I mean, she's
Yeah.
above him.
Oh, but it tells you does it tell you the enemy names? Can you see them?
Yep.
Damn it.
Return Sentry A, Return Sentry B, Husk Zombie Burster.
Burster.
Okay, you guys aren't supposed to know that, but
Draven and Shuri, though, has no icon. These
I don't
zombies are about to burster through
Oh,
my
I had
ass.
Draven
trouble
does
with
in fact have an icon.
I had trouble with mine and I refreshed, so I'm back. Everything's normal for me.
I guess I'll refresh. I just don't see an icon on specifically the turn order. That's it. Don't
Yeah,
mind me.
It's here.
Oh,
It's right there.
Yeah, it's literally just me then. Don't worry about me.
I don't see that icon either. It's not
Are you talking about his token being on it?
His
Yeah.
token is not there for me.
Oh.
I don't care enough for you to actually do
No, I'm
anything
not
about
gonna
it.
do it.
So that's just because I got an error. It didn't auto-populate. It only populated because
Because I entered it. Got it.
Rip.
All right. Well, Regal, what do you do?
Regal's attempting to zoom in on the area. Let's see. As he looks about at the ones that have no armor and the ones that have armor, which one seems like the larger threat to the group?
The ones that are armored look like they're slightly more menacing and single-minded. The other ones look a little bit, kind of.
Okay. So is this like is this a platform? Like, is it a raise like two and a
It
half
is
feet, 5
raised,
feet?
but well, it's a step up. So you can think of basically your standard stair step.
Okay. So 5. I'm assuming this is like something like 15 feet total with the encumbrance.
There's no rough terrain. It's just a single step up.
Okay. So what Regus is gonna do? He's gonna essentially thunderclap, but he's gonna do radiant sunbolt clap and try and blast this guy 2 times in the head with a radiant sunbolt.
Roll to hit.
I can't see with my turn order, guy.
Wow.
Well, there's 2 crits, so.
Oh shit! Okay, so he takes 14 plus 24 damage just right through the fucking skull. This is the ultimate thunderclap.
Huh.
You've been
So, before-
thunderclapped.
1, does he die? If not,
Oh yeah, he's
I have.
gone.
Okay, so as Regal just you see his hands just essentially flash an extraordinarily bright like yellow orange, and as they kind of reach what seems like a peak level, like you're blinded by the light, the group, and he just slams both hands not across to the earlobes of the individual, hitting both there. And as he resounds that, you see a blast of light just sort of encapsulate inside of the skull, turn it into a brighter color, and then it just blasts, just completely blood everywhere. And Regal's hands finally come together with a finality of just that sound of skin touching skin, and the corpse just peters to the floor, and Regal looks very assured of himself.
So I've got to write that down. The sound of skin touching skin.
That could be a very different sound.
That's a very different sound.
All right. And it was such a great description there.
Thanks. I'm glad that's what you took away from it, you fucker.
You got anything else for us?
So that's my attack and my double attack. Let's see.
So if he did movement and his action, for his action he was able to do 2 attacks. Most people can only do 1.
I'm going to use one of my key points for Flurry of Blows.
Which is a bonus action.
Indeed. And I'm going to utilize the rest of my movement. So did I use like... What would you say I used from this spot right here to this spot here?
5 feet. So you move basically from here to here. It's 5 feet.
Okay. Am I able to reach right here to this guy? I have 45 movement speed.
Of course.
Okay. With my Flurry of Blows, I'm going to use... So I rolled that twice, right?
Flurry of blows?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's literally the same. Oh
Yeah.
god. No, don't roll that on that. Did I roll it on it? I don't know. That's not what I
Let me
wanted
double
it to roll
check.
as. It just says after you take attack action on your turn, you can spend 1 key point to make 2 unarmed strikes as a
Yeah.
bonus action. It's the same exact attack as unarmed strike in
Yes,
terms
you
of
just do it
damage and
twice.
DC.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I play a monk,
so,
you'd think I would remember this.
yeah, 24 and 10.
All right, 24 hits. The 10 does not.
Oh no, inspiration.
Wait, let me double check. Yeah, the 10 did hit. I lied to you, so you didn't waste your inspiration.
No inspiration, thank God, because that was a nat 1. So he's gonna do 16 damage. Essentially, instead of doing like 2 separate blows, he's gonna kind of like twist himself and do like a double like fist right into the chest and also kind of the base of the torso near the pelvis, just kind of pressuring right into the corpsey thing.
All right. As you rain your blows into it, you punch straight through desiccated flesh, and you deal some damage. You knock some chunks out, but it just kind of looks down at your fist and looks at
Does
you.
this count as a melee weapon?
Does your fist count as a melee weapon? No, it's unarmed.
It's a melee attack though, right?
Yes, but it's not a melee weapon.
So it won't do stunning strike?
No.
Damn. Okay.
Cunning strike you have to pay a key for.
That is true. So obviously not gonna happen. So he just gives a pow, and that's Regal's turn. He's very satisfied with what he has so far accomplished within this missive.
You have a written message?
I mean, he might. He was writing earlier, but he's gonna write about this after he's done killing
Got it.
dead people.
All right, what else you got?
That's it. I can't do any. Like I don't think I can do anymore.
All right. This honker here is going to... Perfect. He's going to move toward the closest individual to him. There's two, so he's going to move over toward Draven. And he is going to take a swipe at him with a bone that he's picked up and is using as a spear. He's ripped off one of his own arms and is using it kind of like a short spear. Draven, does a 22 hit?
Yes.
All right. He strikes you with the bone for 3 damage.
Ouch.
So just to make sure,
Ow.
you're a rogue. Don't you get uncanny dodge?
Ooh, do you have uncanny dodge?
I do have uncanny dodge.
So that
So
means
you
if you
should
saw
take
the
half.
attacker, you can half your damage.
And I guess nobody else looks really all that close to me. So, yeah, I'll take 1.
Question in terms of the creatures, are they like stumbling? Are they fast? Are normal speed, or is this like straight up zombie style?
They look very zombie-esque, but they look like they could, if you could quantify their movement speed, which you really can't, because, that wouldn't make sense. But if you could quantify their movement speed, you would guess they would move about 30 feet in a 6-second period.
Okay, so kind of atypically, they're not very rigor mortis.
No, they seem a little bit more like World War Z zombies and a little bit less like Walking Dead zombies.
Gotcha. So they can sprint up walls, climb, and then attack the walls of Jerusalem.
Right, but they're still all like rotting and desiccated. It's this weird
All right.
combination. Magic is awesome.
Liv, you should feel particularly targeted by Brandon's comments. That's all
I
I'm
am
gonna
not
say.
Jewish.
You speak fucking.
All right. Wow, we
Hebrew.
went there. Anyway,
But I
You speak
appreciate your
Hebrew.
concerns. Very thoughtful.
Thank you. I'm here for you.
this one is going to move toward Ogrim. He's going to roll to hit, and he manages to not hit Ogrim. Whatever.
That was the perfect timing for a zombie. Slam on sirens.
This guy is going to take a swipe at Schwartz. And he hits and deals Schwartz 2 damage.
Oh.
Ah! Help me!
We
This
actually
one.
need to protect him at all costs so he can pay us.
Regal giggles.
Forgot.
This one here is going to attack Bulk Ripley.
I'm gonna
Ooh,
try.
bad choice.
Bulk Ripley does a 30 plus. What's his bonus? 18 hit.
Yeah.
All right, so he will try and succeed. I'm using my player killer dice, and they're rolling well tonight.
Oh, no.
And he smacks you for 8.
8.
8.
Liv, you don't know this by the way because you've never played with Brandon, but this is like the first D&D session where he hasn't had a cast on.
Oh, I haven't even noticed.
I have it
Yeah,
here.
he's-
I'm allowed to take it off for a few hours a day now. So
Well, you have tape on, but it's unusual for me. I'm not used to seeing Brandon's arm. It's sort of dirty in that way. Don't taunt me, Dad.
Too much.
I just
Alright.
wanted to bring you into the fold. That's all.
This guy is going to swoop around Aurora, and he's also going to take a swipe at the big guy. But he does not hit. I mean, unless a 9 hits.
No.
Didn't think so. Alright, and this one's going to strike back at the guy that just tried to hit him. He is going to... I'm assuming a 15 doesn't hit. Regal?
No, not even fucking close.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Alright.
You know what my AC is.
I
You know how
do.
ridiculous I am.
But I gotta say it for the fans. Alright, Draven, what do you got for me?
A couple of daggers. I'm gonna step away. Oh no, I'm not, because attack of opportunity. Wait a second. How did he hit me if he couldn't see me? Question mark.
Ooh, he did not see you, therefore he did not hit you. Take your health back. Instead, he wandered aimlessly over this way and tried to hit him. And with a nat 1, he actually ends up breaking off one of his fingers from his hand and deals himself 3 whole damage.
Wow.
All
That's
the
a strong
bad
finger.
luck. Okay. Cool. Now I feel safe and more like myself, having not been seen or injured. I'm gonna go ahead and step to the corner, not invoking an attack of opportunity because he doesn't know I'm here. And I'm going to. You're gonna have to help me with this one. I'm gonna chuck a dagger. I'm gonna chunk it at him, but also he doesn't know I'm there, so I believe I get
Sneak attack.
You do have your sneak attack, and you have advantage.
Don't know how to add that to the throw, so I'll do the throw first, and then we can talk about it.
So it should automatically put it in there if we have the right settings on
We
your
had
I don't
problem
think it
with
will,
his
because-
character sheet because we were trying to integrate some of the new stuff, and we had to build like macros manually.
It's a
So-
custom throw.
Yeah, so it would be an extra. Is it 2d6?
So is yours the green flame blade? Is that what's happening here?
No, that's not what I'm working with.
So
No, if you scroll down to other, I have a throw dagger attack that we had to build.
oh.
Or if you click on my attack tab.
So all you're gonna do then is you're gonna do the throw dagger, and then you're gonna go to it should be under
It should be, and
attack,
it's
and
not.
you're literally no. So under attack, you're just gonna then roll if it doesn't auto include it the 3d6 for your sneak attack. That's it.
3d6. Okay.
All right, I'll just roll them both then. So there's my throw.
Yeah. So you roll that again though because you have advantage.
So,
Oh, that's gonna
Liv,
be
we're
good.
using terms like advantage and disadvantage. Advantage, in certain scenarios, you're allowed to roll your d20 twice and take the higher of the two. Disadvantage is the opposite. You roll twice and take the lower of the two. If an enemy can't see you or doesn't know you're there, you have advantage against them. If you are flanking an enemy, you have advantage against them. An example of flanking, we call it the enemy sandwich. So here you see I have 2 zombies making a sandwich with Bulk. Bulk is being flanked, therefore both of the attackers have advantage. Right. There are also certain scenarios where you have disadvantage, such as when conditions are applied, or when you are prone if you're attacking from the ground. So,
And to kind of emphasize on that because it happens a lot, Aurora has no advantage currently just because Schwartz is like on a lateral. If you were down one spot, you both would have advantage on Bulk in that sense. You have to sandwich them very specifically. It's either a horizontal or a vertical sandwich. Sorry,
well,
other
you
way,
can do a
vertical or
diagonal,
horizontal.
but it has to be you have to
As
have
well.
an ally directly across in whatever direction. Good point. Thank you.
And it's important for rogues because you literally base your bullshit on how much you can fuck somebody on an advantage-based sneak attack.
Yes. Speaking of advantage-based sneak attacks, Draven chucks out a dagger, dealing a massive 20 damage to this guy here.
Wow.
20
That's a
damage
good
from a dagger, thrown dagger. That's
I guess Straven wasn't fucking around when he said he's the dagger master.
Appeared from nowhere, from the shadows, if you were.
you
I
see
don't know
it
if
rip
the
off,
fucking muscly man's still mad, but
rips off a big, like an entire shoulder. A scapula goes flying. The thing just kind of. Were you going to? Did you have a second? You had one in each hand? Are you going to do a bonus attack to throw?
I do have 2 weapon fighting. Does that mean I can bonus action throw another one
Yes, but you don't get the sneak attack damage.
without the sneak attack?
Correct.
Okay, yeah, let me do that. Do I have to count my daggers, by the way? Because I do have several.
Yes. So you sent arrows. I don't count. Daggers. I definitely do.
Okay, I'll keep track of those.
You're good.
But you can collect them all after a fight. I don't
that's
risk them being damaged. So it definitely hits, and you deal him an additional 7 damage, tearing off a big part of the thigh. The thing looks like it's having trouble standing. It's a little wobbly on its leg.
That's all. I'm pleased. I'm gonna chill in
It
my
has,
corner.
it has one leg.
Pull out a couple more daggers.
All right, Endra.
Okay. I still am a little bit confused,
Totally
but
fine.
Endra also has 2 daggers right now, and she's concerned about the professor, so she's gonna.
The professor's flattered.
Well, I mean, she's concerned about her pay. Sorry, should have been clearer.
Boom.
So she's gonna launch a dagger at the corpse that's attacking the
So if you
professor.
click and hold, you can have this little doohickey happen and indicate if you feel so inclined.
So the one on the right.
All right, so to roll to hit, you're just gonna click on dagger. You'll see the attack button. You'll click you'll click the
Beyond 20
Beyond
with
20,
the red
there we go.
dice. And that should auto roll it into the. Yep.
perfect. All right, that 19 will definitely hit. Now roll for damage.
So you just click dagger. It's the on the roll20 chat. It should say 19 and then dagger and like a highlight. Yeah. Oh Jesus. Yep. That's what happens.
I don't know why I did that, but we'll take your 6 damage and apply. Actually, you get the sneak attack damage as well because he has an enemy adjacent to him, and so you dealt him a whopping 14 damage.
Wow.
Now, since you had a dagger in each hand, you have the opportunity to throw your second dagger offhand. You just don't get to add your proficiency bonus to the damage for that throw. So, do you have an? Let's see, did we build that into yours?
Just type in /R d20. No additive. You don't get the +7.
Well, she gets a plus. She just doesn't get the proficiency bonus. She gets to add her dex to it.
Okay, so /R d20 +4 is what you'll type.
Whatever I typed, it didn't work. Are there supposed to be spaces?
That's okay. So on your actual character sheet, right?
Mhm.
You can still roll look at where it says dagger. You can click the hit DC +7. Click that, the +7, and that'll roll. Right? That's like normal. The only thing is your damage. Right now, you see your damage says 1d4 +4. Well, it would only be. Why is it not adding your proficiency?
It's
What
a
is
weird
going
thing.
on?
So your proficiency for you is it's just her dexterity, right?
No, the proficiency and the bonus are different. It should be adding her dex bonus and her proficiency bonus. And that's
Not
the
for
problem.
the second one.
Right, but that's the problem is it's not adding it period for any of her attacks.
Her first one did it. Her first one was RD, so it was 1d20 +7, and 7 is
Okay.
the 4 for dexterity and 3 for proficiency.
Okay. And so that's just fine then. I
So-
don't know why it's not doing it I'm not seeing it on our sheet. Either way, I'm sorry, we're kind of monopolizing your turn to try to figure out the mechanics of what's going on. But you can go ahead and just click your damage by right next to the 7. You see 1d4 +4. You can click that and it'll roll your damage for you. And yeah, okay. So you dealt it another 5 damage. Weird, but okay.
It always includes sneak attack, or if you have a flame tongue thing, it includes flame no matter what. It's just on your second attack, you don't get any of that fun bonus shit. You get the base damage. So just as a FYI. So if you have like 2 flaming daggers, different, you'd get the flame. But like if Milo threw one and then one was flaming and the other wasn't, then he'd only get the piercing.
I think we're totally complicating the issue here now.
Yeah.
Regardless.
We'll figure it out. You did well. Good job.
So you took your action and your bonus action. If you want, you still have the opportunity to move using your movement up to your maximum speed, which for you is 35. Remember, each square is 5 feet. You still have an interaction if there's something you want to grab or lever you want to flip or anything. And that's pretty much it for your turn. Do you wish
You
to
can also
move or do you like where you
shit-talk
are?
zombies.
What?
You
Sorry?
can shit talk zombies if you want to with your interaction as well.
Okay.
You can do anything with your interaction. That's speech, movement.
Well, I do speech separate from interaction. I let people have an interaction and talk. So
Brandon is a gracious lord.
So are my daggers lodged into this homie?
they
right now?
are.
So can the next thing I do be that I walk over and get them back? Or
You
is
would
he...
be able to grab
No.
1 per interaction.
Okay.
That's interesting. Grabbing a dagger out of a live enemy or undead enemy. I've never thought about that before.
So, can I ask Liv one thing real quick, just to kind of pull it in? Do you want to have somebody that just fucking yeets daggers for fun and then can kind of like infinitely keep throwing them, or do you want somebody that's like super sneaky and I'm gonna slit your throat?
I suppose the latter makes more sense.
Okay. Otherwise, we'd
So
change her outside. But
yeah, in that case, you're an assassin, so you're gonna literally have to go in and like yeet your daggers out. There's a soul knife class, which is literally psionic, which is what Brandon said, psionic blades. Like you have psychic energy ones, and you just fucking toss those like they're thunderbolts, and you keep on regenerating them each turn. So if you have physical ones, you have to go in and yank it from the corpse, or wait till it's dead. That's
Okay.
at least what I think Brandon's saying. I
Yeah.
don't want to put words in his mouth.
That's exactly what I'm saying. To get the daggers, you're going to have to retrieve them. I would let you use an interaction to try to retrieve them, but it's going to take a sleight of hand roll to make sure he doesn't. To make sure you're actually able to grab them off his chest.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right. So go ahead and move next to him to be adjacent.
Oh.
I just imagine like a Family Guy episode where it's like stab, pull, stab, pull, stab.
I mean, that's what you do with a sword, right? Stab, pull, same idea.
Pretty much.
Yeah, you're able to get one of them out. So, all right. Is there anything else you want to do with your turn?
I still. What else can I do? What
Fantastic.
remains?
So you've had your action, your bonus action. You just used your interaction, and you've used some of your movement. Now you can still use more movement if you wish. However, if you leave striking range of your enemy, you are open to an attack of opportunity. So that's about it for your turn, unless you have more movement that you want to do.
Can I specify
And-
something, Brandon? Not
Sure
to
can.
override you. So since you moved into the range, you're right above where that zombie is, and previously you were right below Horchata. You've now entered the area where if you move to here, 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 or here, he won't attack you. But if you move anything else, he gets to kind of attempt to pimp slap you. And it's the same thing. If he's near you and he moves, same exact thing. But you moved into range where now he gets that chance to try and slap you as you move away.
Okay.
Generally, you'd have a bonus action, which is called disengage. Actually, I don't know if you have that.
She's a rogue. She has disengage.
Yeah, so essentially you can be like, nope, and you can just back up, but it's usually an action or a bonus action. You can't just like willy-nilly use it for funsies.
Okay. I have a
But-
quick question.
I have a
If
quick
I'm
answer.
here, do I get an advantage, or does the professor not count?
That's a good question. So you don't have advantage because you're not making an enemy sandwich. You would need to be here. However, Briga, stop being the same color as me. However, one of your things is you get sneak attack damage, whether if you either have advantage or if your enemy has an enemy near it. It counts as an enemy of your enemy and is near it. Therefore, you still get sneak attack damage. You just don't have advantage on the roll. If next turn you choose to move here, you'll have advantage on the roll and sneak attack damage. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Fantastic.
I'm going to end my turn. I've done
Okay.
all I wanted to do.
Okay. Good questions. Horchata, bring it home.
Why not? Okay. I'm all right. So I just wanted to clarify something. So the spells will still count as an action, right? Because I have a few here
Yes.
in my action category. Like these would still count as a spell.
Yes. So spells, their casting time is indicated in the actual spell. There are some that are ritual only, which take an hour plus 10 minutes. There are some that are actions, which are an action, and there are some that are bonus actions, which can be taken as a bonus action. So it depends on which spell.
Okay, got it. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to acid blast this nice looking zombified guy right here.
Mm-hmm.
Show me what you got.
All right. And I need to do a dex save, and I fail the dex save, and I take all 8 of those damages.
Yeah, so once Liv gets back, it might be good to tell her how magic spells work. In the sense of it's not like a 2-hit, it's more like the person has to succeed in
Well,
not
it
getting.
depends. Some of them are to hit, like Firebolt.
Yeah.
So it
Fireball!
depends completely on the spell. You melt him away. Tell me about it. He's gone.
Yeah. So like the acid just kind of like goes over him, and you just kind of see him just like start to bubble. Like first he's like, like bubbling. His head is kind of like enlarging, and then he just kind of pops like one by one, just like his head, his shoulder, his chest, his legs.
Kitten. All right. What else do you have for us, Horchata?
I think that's it for right now. Yeah.
Terrific. All right, Bulk.
Bulk.
Bulk smash.
Hey, wait,
Alright.
Horchata, are you sure you don't want to Dragon's Breath anybody?
I'm sure because that's a level 2. I don't want to use it just yet.
Fair.
Bulk. Alright, so what Bulk's gonna do?
Bulk.
Be in the face. So I'm gonna wait. What to do?
I'm just
Try to-
curious, has Bulk been lifting anything while we've been waiting?
No.
Well, I mean, it's been the same exact 6 seconds as everybody else has been, so probably not.
I was wondering if he had like a dumbbell with him or something. That's all.
What are we doing, Bulk?
He's trying to punch
This guy here or this yoker here?
this guy here.
All right. Well, that's a hit.
12 damage.
12 whole damage.
Okay. And so it also, every time I land a unarmed strike, I can grapple.
Yes, you can.
So I'm gonna grapple.
All right. Athletics check. Really? That's a great roll, Brandon. I had a 6, so
I had
You were-
25.
you're able to grapple the smelly zombie.
Yeah, I'm wrestling a zombie. I think there's something else there's a lot I can do. I just gotta figure that out. So, at the start of each of my turns, I can deal 1d4 bludgeoning damage to a
To
creature.
summon your
I get
to a creature you're grappling.
Yeah, to a creature I'm grappling. I get 2 attacks.
Right, but as soon as you start grappling someone, that's tough because you're not supposed to be able to attack when you're grappling someone because both your arms are engaged. Except for, of course, the creature that you're grappling, you can deal damage to.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it says I can deal damage
Ah.
1d4 bludgeoning to a creature grappled by me.
At the beginning of your turn, right?
Does my next attack count or not?
So
At the start of
no, it'd be the start of your turn. So when everything comes
Okay.
around, it comes back to you.
All right. Well, he's grappled. I'll attack him again.
Okay.
So I'm attacking the same guy again.
I grapple him twice.
All right, that's a hit. Show me some damage. All right, big hit.
So Volk's wrestling a zombie. He
You
just
punched right through his chest, and his little like dried up heart flies out the back. It doesn't kill him, but it's kind of gross.
Can you do the sound effect for what that sounds like when a dried up heart just comes through the back of someone punching through the chest? That just sounds like Wobbin Schwartz being scared.
Well, that's actually what the was. He was freaked out by the heart. So, all right, you got anything else for us, Bulk?
No, that's Volk's turn.
All right,
He really has him holding him down or something.
and he's dead as hell. This guy here is going to move directly over toward Regal. And he's going to lob himself here. Kind of jump up on top of that sarcophagus. And he's going to strike down on you with a claw. He has multi-attack. He's going to strike at you twice. I have a 16 and a 14. Do they hit? I know they don't. I'm just giving you the opportunity to say it.
Hunter.
All right. That's exciting.
I believe in him. Do you need an actual answer?
No. Aurora, what do you got for me?
Well, I'm gonna
17 AC.
sheath my greatsword
Okay.
and attack. Oh, I'm not selected. Attack the guy to my
Wait,
The
so
person
you're a
to my
cleric with a
right-
greatsword?
I am.
It's not
Oh, I'm
uncommon.
so fucking down for this.
Okay. I was like, wait, is that not possible?
That's not uncommon at all. All right, roll to hit.
Sweet.
It's just you're
And I'm
a
going
fucking
for-
centaur cleric. I love it.
Like, I brute strength.
It's
So
a
I'm going
definite
for like
hit.
its clavicle.
Clavicle?
Clavicle?
Yeah. All right,
CLAVICLE.
show me some damage.
Struggling with words today. Okay.
Show me what you got.
Oh my gosh. All right, you're able to lob off a big chunk of its shoulder.
Sweet.
Anything else?
No, I don't really have bonus actions, which I miss from Perseus. So that
Indeed.
is all.
Yeah, the cleric is definitely a slower play style, but I think you'll.
I can't just keep like chucking things. But yeah.
Yeah. Urgrim, who was reading a tome while he was walking, rolls it up, straightens his glasses, because I'm pretty sure that's what Alex would do. Slides the tome into the scroll into his sleeve, throws out his hands in this general direction, and oh, that's the problem.
Meow.
Yeah, there goes the whole dramatic moment was lost because I was looking at the wrong person's character sheet.
You bitch.
I know. All right, let's try this again. He throws out his hands, and you see two beams of dark energy blast out from his arms, almost like dark blasts. One at this guy and one at this guy. They both hit this one, doing critical damage. The first set of damage is nigh. The second one is such and such, and this is the one that's a critical hit.
Oh shit.
And so he deals 13 on the first guy from his Eldritch Blast.
This is the orc.
The orc. And to the second guy, he deals 20.
Regal acknowledges his power.
As he lowers his hands, he looks gently around. He goes, interesting. And that is where we'll leave it tonight. Because we were supposed to be done at 9, it's now 9:20, and I know people have studying to do, Milo.
What is studying? How does one study?
All right, so before we go, potential titles I have written down. If anybody has any to add, let me know. I'll run these past you. I will then put them in the Discord later. Everyone vote for their two favorite, and the one that gets the most votes becomes the title. I fight from the shadows, preferably. I do things. Fat for brains. Weird flex, but okay. Anything that's not an orifice, you'd be fine. You're ruining academics. I see what you did there. The sound of skin touching skin. Anything I missed?
Can you repeat those real quick?
I fight from the shadows, preferably. I do things. Fat for brains. Weird flex, but okay. Anything that's not an orifice, you'd be fine. You're ruining academics. I see what you did there. The sound of skin touching skin. I'm sorry, that sound of skin touching skin. Are you typing them in Discord?
Mm-hmm.
Love it. Anybody have any to add? Fantastic. Then we'll call it night. But before we go, we'd like to say a big thanks to a few people. First to D&D Beyond and to Roll20 for the character sheets, the books, and the virtual tabletop we're using. A big thanks to Sirenscape for the sounds that we're hearing. If you like this sound set, it's called Into the Mist Death House. Feel free to jump on there and check it out. And of course, a big thank you to the VA, the University of Washington, to Skype, or no, not Skype, Twitch, Zoom, why not, and YouTube, and of course to you, our viewers, the whole two of you that watched us tonight. We love you.
Hey.
And with that, we're going to say goodbye, and we hope you enjoy your long rest.